Greetings, everyone. Greetings, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. Another week has flown by so fast. I hope everyone is having a holiday season. I hope everyone is finished with their holiday shopping, because if they don't spend all that money, possibly that they can't afford, then loved ones will lay a guilt trip on them. Yeah, a guilt trip. You know that. You know how that works. But next week is winter solstice Yule, and of course, those that are suckered into the retail capitalist Christmas season, it is next week, Christmas Eve. I will be at my sister's enjoying wonderful food, a cornucopia of wonderful food, and grog. In this case, it will be dark rum with light eggnog. I was turned on to light eggnog. as opposed to the regular heavy one, and it's to me it's more refreshing. It's lower in carbs. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Let's see. I want to look into something here. Something that really bothers me. I'm supposed to be streaming, aside from streaming on YouTube, I'm supposed to be streaming to Instagram. But I checked my Instagram and I don't see the live stream. That hawk-nosed piece of shit, slime ball, scumbag Mark Zuckerberg is at it again with his incompetence. Just want to check something out. Let me see if I could get rid of it. It says it's streaming. I mean, I followed the directions. Oh, we'll see. I don't know why I don't see it. Like on my phone, I went to the Instagram profile, my profile. I went to the home page of Instagram, and I don't see the show. But according to here in the studio here, it's streaming. So before I get rid of it, I'm telling you, if I don't see the show on Instagram after the show, then I am not streaming to Instagram anymore. I'm going back to Twitch. Or maybe X, formerly known as Twitter, but there was no interaction there. Twitch had good interaction. I'm just doing this as an experiment. All right. Let me have a sip of my chai tea with organic fennel. Very medicinal. So, as the show goes on, the first hour is about serious topics or topics of interest. As the show commences, I will periodically go to the comments and display them across the lower section of the video. So feel free to comment as you wish. Let's see. Oh, actually, I got some good topics here. I tried to save the best for last. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. The reason why I said, here we go again, is that CNN puts up this huge, you see the top here? They intrusively use up most of your monitor screen with this big section with the black background so they can bombard you with their advertisements. And look, this is all I get is the bottom. They're really pieces of shit. They really are greedy, money-hungry pieces of shit. And here we go. Here comes the advertisements. Well, I'm just going to go through this really quick. Exclusive. Former Mar-a-Lago employee turned witness repeatedly contacted by Trump and associates before documents charges. Okay, this article came out December 11th, 2023. Okay, there's the lovely shot of Mar-a-Lago. Oh, look at that. He's right on the beach. How nice. He's got his own beach, oceanfront property, not to mention the golf course. What more could a a tool of Satan want, right? Palm Beach, Florida. All right, West Palm Beach, Florida. Well, make up their mind. Is it Palm Beach, Florida, or West Palm Beach? I believe they're two different communities. 3 months after the FBI seized classified records from Mar-a-Lago last August, a longtime employee of Donald Trump's private club quit his job. Within days, the former president did something he rarely did. Trump called the former employee on his cell phone and asked why he was leaving after 2 decades of working at the resort. According to 2 sources and materials seen by CNN, the employee told the former president that he had another business opportunity he wanted to pursue. The message later got back to the former employee that Trump thought he was a good man. Yeah, because Trump is scared. This guy might testify. He'll say he's a wonderful man. If he really needs somebody, he'll be really nice to you, I have a feeling. But he wasn't just any staffer at the club. The former employee was a witness to several episodes special counsel Jack Smith included in his federal criminal indictment charging the former president with mishandling classified documents. He had moved several boxes for Trump and was also privy to conversations referenced in the indictment between Trump and his 2 co-defendants, Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos D. Oliveira and Trump's body man Walt Nauta, whatever the hell that means, putting the former employee in a unique group of Mar-a-Lago staffers who could be in a position to provide valuable information to investigators. Okay. He could become a key witness. I'm just trying to speed read through all the mumbo jumbo. Okay. Yeah, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And here are the infamous documents, I guess, right? What does this say here? Reporter explains how Trump employees moved boxes the day before the DOJ went to Mar-a-Lago.
When the feds arrived at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's team said, "Come with us to the storage room. That's where the documents are. You can do a search." They would not let them in the boxes. But what we've reported is that the boxes were previously moved after Sabina arrived, and then the night before federal officials came to Mar-a-Lago, they were put back into the storage room. We're also reporting that federal investigators probing the classified documents handling of former President Trump have multiple witnesses who've told them he displayed classified information to visitors, left it out, and showed it to others. And we're also reporting that before this time where they did not give the documents back, they went through what was called an apparent dress rehearsal, according to a federal judge, when the National Archives asked for the documents back before. So part of the same playbook on how not to give the documents back was what they did with the National Archives as well.
How do prosecutors view the timing of all of this, moving boxes of documents the day before the FBI came to Mar-a-Lago to retrieve these top secret classified documents?
With an eye towards prosecution, one of the most complicated things you have to do as a prosecutor is try to get into the mind of the person who might be the target of your investigation to prove intent. You have to really do so with circumstantial evidence, with contextual clues and beyond. But if you actually have some evidence, direct evidence that the person was aware that you wanted something that you were entitled to have, and went through specific steps to actually prevent you from having that, that's definitional obstruction. And so it gets to the meat of the matter of intent. The idea of doing a practice run also buttresses the prosecutorial eye in this case. And remember, the attorney for Donald Trump had already had his attorney-client privilege pierced because they thought it was entitled to do so under the crime fraud exception, that he may have been directed to somehow lie to the people who wanted the documents they had the right to have, and also to direct others to do the same. And so this is really forming a substantive case of intent that you otherwise would not be able to get if you had to hypothesize or opine what possibly this person was thinking.
Okay. Let me get back to the studio panel. Okay, Mr. Tommy Carroll, good evening. Happy holidays to you. I hope you had a good week. Hope you're having a good weekend. Cheers, JPM. Hope you've had a pleasant week and not had to deal with too much mendacity. Well, you know, sometimes progress in technology is a wonderful thing. I did all my shopping on Amazon Prime with the free shipping. I didn't have to deal with long lines, commuting to retail stores like the old days. No traffic issues, no aggravation. You know, not getting cut off by assholes that are worse drivers during the holidays, particularly this time of year. No, none of that. Just go to my app and search for what I'm looking for. And if you do your research, if you see an advertisement on your browser, or let's say you see an advertisement on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, don't pay top dollar by going right to the website that's on Facebook. No. Do a search. See if, click on it, copy the name of the company and paste it in Amazon and do a search on Amazon. Don't pay top dollar. You got to be the educated consumer. And that's what I did. Everything was good, thanks to online purchasing through an app. Good evening, Ron. Yes. I already went through the first topic, and they have enough evidence to throw away the key with that guy. Not to mention his lying and his insanity. You know, saying things that are not normal and definitely not true. I don't care about a person's perception. I only care about what is real, what is proven. You know, it's like you saying that the bottom color of my wonderful Fiesta mug from the Dollar Tree, oh, bless their hearts. It's like you saying that this bottom color is chartreuse when it is obviously not. Your perception of this bottom color means nothing. It's what is. What is. What is. What is. You got that? You got that? All right. What is? Here we go. West Palm Beach is where all the mansions are. Just east of that is Palm Beach, where the lower class live, both in Palm Beach County. Okay, here's my question. The hotel I stood at was in Palm Beach. It was on the ocean. The area around Palm Beach looked very nice. Also, I found West Palm Beach to be very nice. But as soon as I went west over this canal, I was instantly in a place called Riviera Beach, Florida, which you would think would be really fantastic, according to the name, Riviera Beach. No, it was a ghetto with drug dealers and all that shit. It was a ghetto with palm trees. And it was like not even a 5-minute drive from Palm Beach. You know? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, this should be interesting. Hold on. Yeah. It's one of those where you can't stop the video. It starts as soon as you go to the page.
Facts that could save your life. For the dudes, if you pee on a pregnancy test and it's positive, go to a doctor. You may have cancer. If you hear a baby crying outside, it's a trap. Shut the door and call 911. If you ever fall into the train tracks at a subway, do not try to climb back up. There's a crawl space you can go underneath. If someone ever comes up to you and asks you for the time, do not look down at your phone or watch. This is a method used by criminals to distract you and steal your belongings. If a service dog approaches you, follow it immediately. You could be saving the owner's life. If you're ever at the beach and the waves are super far away, get out of there fast. It's a tsunami. If the ice in your drink isn't floating, do not drink it. No matter how thirsty you are, your drink has been poisoned. Facts that could save your life. For the dudes, if you pee on a pregnancy test and it's positive, go to a doctor. You may have cancer. If you hear a baby crying outside, it's a trap. Shut the door and call 911. If you ever fall into the train tracks at a subway, do not try to climb back up. There's a crawl space you can go underneath. If someone ever comes up to you and asks you for the time, do not look down at your phone or watch. This is a method used by criminals to distract you and steal your belongings. If a service dog approaches you, follow it immediately. You could be saving the owner's life. If you're ever at the beach and the waves are super far away, get out of there fast. It's a tsunami. If the ice...
Yeah. I like that. Ronnie S. says, Florida is very hit or miss from one neighborhood to the next. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Brooklyn, right? You can be in like a real nice area where, with lovely townhouses, yuppies living there, and then all gentrified, and then all of a sudden you're in like Flatbush or Crown Heights or some shithole. Yeah. They're all close together. Hit and miss. Sometimes in cities, it could be one block to the next block, similar to New York in that regard. You know what I say? I say hire vigilantes like the Charles Bronson Death Wish movies. Hire ex-special forces or Navy SEALs. All right, there's a great job for them. Have them go undercover, dress like hobos, and then when somebody tries to mug them, you save taxpayers' money, blow them away. I never used to think like that, but the way this country's getting, I'm sorry, I have to. I got to think Charles Bronson. The Charles Bronson system. Hold on. Ronnie S. says, but always palm trees, even in the hood. Well, yeah, I was just trying to be funny. You know, when you see palm trees, you think of, oh, vacation, resorts, the tropics, ports of call. You know, when I used to work with seafood, there was this Jamaican man that did maintenance, right? And he told me, I asked him, I says, whatever possessed you to leave the tropical paradise of Jamaica to come here? You know, he didn't live in a fancy New Jersey neighborhood. He lived in a neighborhood that he can afford. But he says to me, paradise, you have no paradise, James, unless you have money. If you don't have money, there's no paradise. He says, in the United States, I got a house, I got cars, I send my kids to college, you know, so on and so forth. You know, in Jamaica, they gave me nothing. They didn't give me a damn thing. They didn't help me with a damn thing, he says, in Jamaica. He says, screw Jamaica, I could care less about my home country. That's what he said. If you don't have money, there's no paradise. So, and thanks to, trying to remember his first name. God, it was so long ago. Yeah, he was an older black gentleman. He was very, he was old school. He was, you know, very cool guy. Damn, I can't remember his name. It might come to me later. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, all right, this is a little shocking. Well, not shocking, but revealing. Every time I go to a web page, they always ask me if I want to accept the cookies. Cookie Monster. But what about Cookie Puss from Carvel? Cookie Puss. Okay, what would the United States There we go. What would the United States look like if all the ice melted in the world? Well, let me see if I can. Let's see. Well, there it is. There's no Florida. There seems to be a new Gulf of Mexico inlet where Louisiana used to be, right? Going all the way up here, if you can see my cursor. But everything else seems to be intact, but there's no Florida. And actually, there's no Georgia. Because here's Charleston, right? Charleston, South Carolina, right? There's Charleston. Oh, wait a minute. I don't see any Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Cape Hatteras is not there. Oh, you see, this is where Miami used to be. You see? Over here in the lower right-hand section, you see Miami? I don't know if you can see the cursor, me waving the cursor around, but in your lower right-hand corner is where Miami used to be. There's no Miami, there's no Georgia. I mean, most of Georgia. Coastal Georgia's gone. And Cape Hatteras, North Carolina's gone. Huh. Interesting. If all the ice melted. It's a shame. It's a shame. Let's see. Now this is good news for the United States. Very good news, actually. Tommy Carroll says, for JPM, can you still remember Paradise by the Dashboard Light? Yeah, when I had a Lincoln Mark IV, and I had a big car where, if you had a real dark private place to park, the back seat, there was plenty of room for debauchery. Then I would say, yeah, there could be paradise by the dashboard light. You move the front, you fold the front seats forward, you move it up. You had tons of room in the back seat. Meatloaf. I think he passed away. Somebody told me he lived in the town I'm living in now. Correction, but and by the way, means something's coming. Something's coming. Something is a coming. All right. Now, I don't know if I'm streaming on Instagram or not, because I didn't see the stream. But over here, the studio here says it's streaming. So I'm going to see what happens when the show's over. Okay. Now, this is an interesting yet exciting, to me it is at least, article. All right. Here we go. Let me double check on something here. Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to check. I wanted to check everything. Make sure everything was working. Scientists make huge $540 billion discovery at the bottom of a giant lake. Now, this giant lake is called the Salton Sea, and it is in the Sonora Desert of Southern California. It is right next to Baja, and I believe it's the end of the San Andreas Fault. A white gold mine containing $540 billion in treasures has been discovered at the bottom of a giant lake in Southern California. The Salton Sea, which is the largest lake in the United States. I didn't know that. I thought that Lake Superior was the largest. I don't know. Was being studied by scientists as part of a research funded by the Department of Energy. The study aimed to find how much lithium, also known as white gold, which I didn't know, due to its white sand-like appearance, was at the bottom of the huge body of water. Yeah, I don't know about the Salton Sea being the largest U.S. lake. I don't know. Lake Superior is pretty damn big. And, I mean, the Great Lakes, most of them, according to the map, look bigger than the Salton Sea. Amazing, there was a lot of it. An unbelievable 18 million tons are believed to be sitting at the bottom of the lake. This was after scientists had already confirmed that 4 million tons of lithium were in the lake, which were discovered through a drilling process. Now, you know what this means? The valuable lithium that the United States and the rest of the world so desperately needs for technology, the U.S. doesn't have to depend on mainland China anymore for lithium. Getting our testicles squeezed by China, threatening to cut off the lithium supply. That's why I said this is great news. Such is the vast quantity of lithium discovered in the lake. It would be possible to create batteries for a staggering 382 million electric vehicles and make the United States the leading nation in the chemical, overtaking China. Okay. And it will make the United States self-sufficient in lithium and stop importing it through China. That's the whole thing in a nutshell with this discovery. They didn't know that the bottom of the Salton Sea had lithium, let alone this much lithium. To me, the United States got lucky. The United States got lucky. Let's see what's going on here before I. Oh no, that's not it. No. Let's see. Now, this is an interesting article. Good morning, my dear Masumi. Masumi from southeastern Japan, Chiba Prefecture. Good morning to her and happy Sunday. It is now 10:38 a.m. Sunday in southern Japan. So good morning to Masumi. Thank you for stopping by. I get lost. Okay. Now, you know what? Here come the cookies. I don't want your cookies. I refused. I refuse your cookies. Even if they're oatmeal raisin or chocolate chip or my favorite, double dark chocolate cookies. I know it's not, those are not the cookies they're referring to. But okay, here's the problem. And I'm going to make a long story short. U.S. Navy FA-18 pilot explains why an F-22 pilot that's out of gas with his ejection seat jammed and its canopy sealed shut could never do an emergency landing on an aircraft carrier. This is the new, very expensive F-22 Raptor, I believe. Okay, the fifth generation U.S. fighter jet, F-22 Raptor. And to make a long story short, they can't land this on an aircraft carrier. Didn't they think of this when they were designing it? The F-22 emergency landing aboard an aircraft carrier has the risk of massive damage. So the super expensive, okay, fifth generation jet, very expensive, would actually crash, suffer massive damage and crash into the ocean, and will be very expensive to retrieve the sunken F-22. Okay? More, another fortune of taxpayers' money getting pissed away. Lovely. I just had to bring that up. Unbelievable, huh? Now this is interesting. It's one of these. But blow it out of your ass. Here we go again. Here we go again. It's one of those videos that doesn't have a pause button. Uh, I have to play this video twice. There's got to be a pause button somewhere for this damn thing.
This is the Atlas robot by Boston Dynamics, almost 30 years in the making, and this is the test bed for future military robotics. I mean, the child inside me is like, wow, that is so friggin' cool, but the other part of me is thinking, is this Judgment Day in the making? What do you guys think about these? Well, this is actually a real thing, and I'm not sure if it's the coolest thing I've ever seen or if it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen. This is the Atlas robot by Boston Dynamics, almost 30 years in the making, and this is the test bed for future military robotics. I mean, the child inside me is like, wow, that is so friggin' cool, but the other part of me is thinking, is this Judgment Day in the making? What do you guys think about these?
Well, cool and scary. I'd say cool, both cool and scary. We got 2 more articles. Oh, another one of these fucking things. Oh, yeah. Here we go again, people. Oh, I'll have to play it twice. What can I do? There's no pause button on this type of YouTube video.
Your weapon, sir. Thank you, Steward. Fire in the hole.
Oh, this is a real robot.
I'm alive.
I'm alive, he says.
Awesome. Way to go. We did it, Steward. Yeehaw. Your weapon, sir. Thank you, Steward. Fire in the hole. I'm alive. Awesome. Way to go.
Way to go.
We did it,
We did.
Steward.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. All right. They're going to start, in a year, they're going to start mass producing general purpose humanoid robots in the state of Oregon to be working at jobs that are very unpleasant for humans to work in, either dangerous jobs or repetitive, redundant jobs, like factories, warehouses, even construction. They're going to be out of work. Construction. They're they make it sound like the purpose of mass producing these humanoid robots is to make the quality of our lives better, to improve the quality of our lives. But in reality, they just want to replace real human beings with them, so corporations don't have to pay humans and pay for their benefits, their health care and all that stuff, But then if so many humans are out of work because they have been replaced by humanoid robots, then where do these humans get the money to buy their product? Then people, if you think people are living on a budget now, wait and see. When more jobs are lost to these robots, people are not going to have surplus cash to put into the economy. And they have to survive somehow. So, so that means the, what do you call it? The corporations, the rich, are going to have to pay their fair share in income taxes. The tax burden will have to come off the middle class, like it was before Reagan screwed everything up, and they'll have to pay their fair share, because they got to get the money somewhere to take care of all these people that are out of work due to technology, progress, robotics, right? Excuse me. I got a little flipper dipper in my hair that looks like Bob's Big Boy. Remember the statue, Bob's Big Boy? I mean, some say it might be cute. Who the hell knows? Bob's Big Boy. Okay, before I send out the link to my panelists, last one, folks.
We continue to share with you the latest robots presented at the largest robotics exhibition, IREX 2023, which recently took place in Tokyo, Japan. More than 650 companies from around the world presented their latest developments at the exhibition, and we have selected the most interesting ones for you. This is already the second episode dedicated to the exhibition. If you haven't watched the first part yet, be sure to check it out by following the link in the video description after watching this video. Let's get started. This year, Kawasaki delighted visitors with a variety of humanoid robots. In the previous video, we already introduced robots Kaleido and Friends, which truly stole the show. However, as we know, the company has a lot of expertise in robotics. At the company's booth, the spotlight was on the social robot Noki and the autonomous delivery robot Foro. Noki is designed to assist people in a typical human environment. The robot can move and interact with people safely using its sensor-equipped hands. One of its tasks is to—
Oh, look at that. He's all dressed up, wearing a tie. An illuminated LED tie. How about that? I wonder if you could change the color of the tie or the pattern.
load and unload robots without hands, such as Foro. Noki can navigate, open doors, and communicate with people through gestures. The robot can perform tasks autonomously or operate via remote control. Its partner Foro can move independently or in a group, adjust to the crowd's pace, and like its companion, ride elevators. The strangest robot at the Kawasaki Heavy Industries booth was perhaps the walking support robot, Robotic Nimbus. This cushion on flexible legs with wheels can follow a person and mimic the movement of their torso or pelvis. One might assume that the robot serves as lumbar support when a person is standing or leaning backward, but the question arises as to why it replicates the torso movement when leaning forward. It would make sense if the person were somehow attached to the robot, but there was no demonstration of such attachment. What do you think could be the purpose of such a robot? Epson introduced its autonomous dual-armed robot, WorkSense W01, capable of seeing, sensing, thinking, and working. This intelligent robot with two hands is equipped with a variety of internal sensors, such as cameras and force sensors, and is designed for virtually autonomous manufacturing in a variety of new and diverse applications. The robot features 4 cameras on its head unit and 2 cameras mounted on its arms, providing it with human-like vision, enabling precise determination of the position and orientation of objects in 3-dimensional space. The robot can perform delicate assembly, transportation, and other tasks requiring human-like force control to obtain objects. The robot's 2 7-axis arms move like human hands, operating independently of each other, allowing it to perform tasks beyond the capabilities of a single-arm robot, such as tightening a screw in a component with one hand while holding the component in place with the other. The Yugo company presented its new robot Yugo Mini at the exhibition. With these robots, the company aims to automate inspection tasks in commercial settings. In simpler terms, these are mini inspector robots capable of reading data from meters and monitoring changes in the surrounding environment. In a broader sense, Yugo Mini can be used for security, inspections, and elderly care. While it sounds promising, the actual capabilities of such robots are quite limited in reality, which can only be compensated for by a very low price. Interestingly, the company previously focused on a more complex and functional system, a wheeled humanoid robot with 2 arms and a drone on board. The robot could move around the premises, open doors, check windows, and if necessary, launch the drone for aerial inspections. Junko Chihira is a humanoid robot designed for customer service. This lifelike robot, developed by the Japanese company Toshiba, has captured attention with its high level of realism and the ability to replicate human emotions and gestures. Junko Chihira can interact with people, provide information, and perform specific tasks. Its design and functions are intended to make interactions with technology more natural and enjoyable for users. Junko Chihira speaks and welcomes shopping center visitors in English, Japanese, Chinese, and can also communicate in sign language. Toshiba's speech synthesis technology is behind Junko Chihira's trilingual skills, and further, developers aim to give her speech recognition technology. Armed with speech recognition technology, the robot will be able to respond to questions asked by the tourists at Tokyo's waterfront. The robot named Keparan at the exhibition left no one indifferent. This whimsical robot was developed with original character design and unique movements related to interacting with visitors. It is based on the mascot robot technology developed by the Mirai Creativity Center in collaboration with Toyota Motor Corporation. In simple terms, this robot friend reacts to what you show it. For example, if you show it ice cream, it will express interest, but if you show it a broom, it will show displeasure. The robot stands at approximately 70 centimeters tall, weighs 13 kilograms, and is equipped with about 30 motors throughout its body. It uses an external camera system for recognizing people and objects and interacting with them. Its eyes are displays that allow it to express various expressions. The most interesting thing about a robot is that you never know what kind of trick it will perform in response to your specific actions. At the international exhibition IREX 2023 in Japan, Fanuc unveiled controllers for the R50IA and R50IA Mate robots for the first time in accordance with international cybersecurity standards. The company stated that it has improved both control characteristics and remote servicing capabilities. Additionally, the company introduced and showcased the RobotJet V10 system, featuring the ability to pre-check robotic systems in virtual reality. Collaborative robots were also presented, alongside the industrial giants M2000, M1000, and M950, the main attractions of any FANUC exhibition stand designed for the automotive industry. Yamaha has revealed its vision for the future of material transportation in industries. In the exhibition demonstration, a robot manipulator was seen riding on a mobile robot, picking up parts delivered by an autonomous electric vehicle. Given that IREX 2023 focused on solutions addressing the growing labor shortage, the company got into the trend. As mentioned in previous videos, Japan faces the acute challenges of an aging population and a shortage of labor force. Universal Robots presented the UR30 model at the IREX exhibition in Tokyo. The new UR30 model, in addition to Universal Robots' product line, encompasses all the advantages of its predecessors, while featuring increased payload capacity, a larger working range, and advanced software for the execution of highly efficient tasks. This compact collaborative robot weighs 30 kilograms and can effortlessly lift and manipulate loads equal to its own weight, which is a remarkable feat for such a small robot. Robotique has introduced a new robotic palletizing solution for lower throughput applications that require frequent changes of task and box or pallet size. The new system is designed for applications of up to 13 boxes per minute. In addition, this application-focused technology comprises fully connected, plug-and-play hardware and software with pre-selected functions for rapid and simple deployment with UR10. The palletizing application can be set up in 3 steps on the visual robot control device with automatic trajectory planning and collision detection, and no need for a PC or external programming. The system delivers optimized, synchronized motion control of both the cobot and 7th axis, with seamless movements ensuring a maximized cobot lifecycle. Its compact footprint footprint means it fits easily within any existing floor layout, with no need to reconfigure production. The solution is also compatible with third-party safety systems such as safety interlocks, light curtains, and area scanners. Write in the comments which of the robots shown in today's video impressed you the most. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out our previous videos. See you later.
Okay. And that wraps up. One moment, please. I'll be right with you. And that wraps up our more serious topics that I usually do within the first hour or so of the show. And now it's time for our panelists. Hold on. I got a head start. Let me go back to the commentary. I am not the robot. That I know. Now, I don't mind like general purpose household robots that are expert at landscaping and, you know, will do things that people really hate doing. I mean, most normal people do not like to cut the grass in hot, humid weather. Okay. And maintain the property. You got a robot that can do that. Then you got a robot that can vacuum. There's nothing more that could be more boring and redundant than vacuuming dust. I have no idea where dust comes from. Even in the winter, let's say you have all the windows closed, the dust appears over and over and over. Have a robot doing things like that. Have a robot doing jobs that are usually dangerous for humans. Okay. Doing factory work or working in a warehouse is not the most glamorous job in the world. It's very redundant. It's a depressing atmosphere. You know, it's often noisy. Have robots do that too. But when it comes to like office work or what's the word? You know, they want to create robots to work in nursing homes and hospitals and to assist sick people. I don't want a robot to help me if I'm in the hospital. I really don't. Or hey, there you go. Space exploration. They're sending probes, rovers to Mars, right? Put one of these robots, these humanoid robots, on the spacecraft to Mars and have them do research and exploration with the rover, right? Okay, back to the commentary of Mr. Tommy Carroll. JPM, can you clarify what you mean by normal? Well, mowing the lawn, unless you live on the coast or in a sandy location like let's say the American Southwest, where you're lucky enough to have those pretty colorful pebbles and no grass to cut. To have to cut the grass, I don't know why people in my part of the country are so obsessed with lawns. They're obsessed with lawns, and all I hear are landscapers. I hear racket all week. They manicure their shrubbery and their lawns, and these are people with money hire the landscapers, which make a lot of noise, But there are people who cut their own grass. It's a very redundant, repetitive task. Doing the same thing over and over again every week to me is like quite annoying. And then plus if the weather is uncomfortable. I mean, I don't like to sweat. I hate humidity with a passion. So how could anybody in their right mind actually like that? You know, it's like a person who I knew a person. They weren't an old geezer. They were actually in their 20s. This girl said she likes hot and humid. She doesn't. She keeps the air conditioning off in the summer. I says, "Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?" It's like my mother had a friend. She was Italian from Italy. This woman, now hold on to something so you don't fall. This woman hated cheese. I says, how can any human being hate cheese? I'm talking about real cheese. She says, I says, all cheese? She goes, yeah, all cheese. How could anybody in their right mind hate cheese? These are freakazoids. So that's clarification right there. People are strange. People are annoying. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Hold on. Hello? Oh, you're not here. No, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. Oh, I honestly, unless I turned my head and you were there and gone. Yeah, whenever you. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I scratch my balls. I go to the lavatory. No, edibles are good because they make people mellow. Unlike what alcohol does to people.
When I had those 2 drinks yesterday, I got just above drunk. I got buzzed good, not drunk really. So that's a good feeling. Just getting right there and stopping.
Ronnie S says, I only put the air conditioning on when it reads 80 degrees. Are you kidding me? You live in Florida and you wait for it to be 80 degrees to put the AC on? I put the AC on when it's in the when it's like between like 72 and 75. I really don't like, it's the humidity that gets to me. And
sure, Florida's got to be even worse.
And he's on the Gulf of Mexico and he waits until the thermostat says 80 degrees?
Yeah, he's a dingbat. So do you want to go live or should we just talk instead?
I am live.
But no one can hear me, right?
I don't know.
I'm going to hang up and then go live because that's the only way I think people are going to hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, come on down. Like the Price is Right. Come on down.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Let me take the speaker. Let me close the speaker on my phone. Not that it does anything, but was the IG stream just a bad dream? You know what? Instagram and Mark Zuckerberg can go fuck themselves because I don't see my stream on Instagram. I'm going to go back to Twitch next week. I get more responses and people watching from Twitch than from Twitter, from Facebook, and apparently from Instagram, where it doesn't even appear. It will appear on Facebook, but Facebook is dead in the water. People only tend to interact privately on private groups, on privately on a person's profile, because heaven forbid the entire world and universe will hear their opinion and they might not like them. Please like me, they're Pollyannas. They're so worried about being liked and loved. You know what? I believe in grabbing the bull by the corns, like Archie Bunker used to say. Go public all the time. All the time. Let it all hang out, brother. Western Mike in San Francisco. Let it all hang out. What? That's such a farce. Come on, tech bros. Be helpful, not annoying. All appearances. It's Zuckerberg, the hawk-nosed piece of shit. He owns Instagram. Well, how come I'm not streaming on Instagram? That's it. I'm done. I'm done. It's going to be until they're ready, until they have an agreement with TikTok. It's going to be YouTube and Twitch. Once they're ready for TikTok, now hope to God it works. When they're ready for TikTok, I hope it really does stream on TikTok. Not like this bullshit where they're saying, oh, now you can stream to Instagram. Well, where's my stream on Instagram? Where? I don't see it. It's very frustrating there, Western Mike. Very frustrating. Anyway, there he is. Mick Von Raven from Chicago, Illinois. There he is. There he is. Oh, you look good. Hold on. Right now he's frozen. He has to unfreeze. Ooh. Hold on. Right now he's frozen. He has to unfreeze. Son of a bitch, my voice is echoing back at me. Son of a bitch, my voice is echoing back at me. Bafangul. I don't even hear you. I don't know what's going on with your Wi-Fi connection, Mick Von Raven. I really don't.
I hear you now. I'm trying to get the earbuds hooked up next.
Those fucking earbuds. Maybe they're messing everything up. They shouldn't. They should. But you know what? They mess up with me. If I'm talking to a friend on video chatting, I can't use my earbuds.
I can, luckily, and must. I insist.
Well, it's working right now.
Well, I hear you out loud. I don't hear you in the earbuds, though. That's my problem.
Yeah. You got a nice big screen like I do. Oops. Now what? Give me strength. Oh. I mean, Ronnie S has an iPhone and he doesn't have any problem. Western Mike has Apple products and he doesn't have any problems. There it is. What happened? You don't want to show your chubby toes? You hear me? Okay. So everybody out there, Mr. Ronnie S., are you drinking alcoholic beverages or are you just mellowing out with some cannabis, because that's the only way I can have you on the show. Hello? 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 Mr. Mick Von Raven? There he is. Oh, yeah, God help me. I don't know what's going on there. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, man. Maybe it is your earbuds. Do you hear me? If you want, you can leave me messages in the private chat if you're having technical difficulties. But I don't hear you. I see you. I see you. Do you hear me? I don't hear you. I have an idea. I have an idea. What if I broadcasted Mick on the phone where there's no issues? But you guys have to let me know if you hear Mick from the phone. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm echoing back. I have a experiment. Call me, and I'll leave you on the phone conversation. You don't hear me? I'm going to message you. You still have the link? Let's do an experiment. Call me back, and I'll leave you on the speakerphone open, and just plug my phone in. I'll ask people if they can hear you. Hello? Oh. Hello? Hello? I'm still echoing back. Okay. See what happens. I don't know. Now, we'll see if this works. I'm sorry for all the funny faces and hand gestures, but okay, hold on.
I've just joined Stooge of the Month Club. I'd like you to sponsor me.
Stooge of the Month?
Yes, I believe I'm the Stooge of the Month when it comes to technology at this time.
I don't know what's going on, man.
I don't know. One minute I can hear you, the next minute I can't. It's almost like we're being NSA'd.
Something fishy's going on here, man.
Maybe they don't like what we're saying and they're blocking us. Keep us from having free speech, just like they do on Facebook.
Okay.
Down with free speech. That's what Facebook says.
Down with free speech. Okay. Let me ask panelists, anybody who's watching the show, whether it be Tommy Carroll, Western Mike, or Ronnie S., can you hear Mick Von Raven's voice clearly? Go ahead. Say something like, "Oh, Mick, did you have a good week?"
Oh, Mick, did you have a good week? Oh, man. I started watching the Barbie movie. It's quite not, it's really weird.
Barbie, let's go
I feel I need the assistance of vagina to understand this film.
That's what I was seeing. That was the Barbie.
Yeah, I had the camera flipped on accident. I don't even know how he did that. And I had the sound all screwed up without even trying.
Okay. I won't mess with. Hold on. I'm not gonna mess with anything.
I could always try to go back on video, but I feel rather my confidence is challenged for the evening with electronics. Apparently, it sure seems that way.
Okay, I have it rigged. I have it rigged where the speaker of the phone is right next to the
broadcasting live.
Yeah, could you do me a favor? Could you try to bring your microphone volume up to the max?
I have it to the max.
Okay, hold on.
I don't have the earbuds on, so that's probably why it's not, it's echoey, I'm sure.
Okay, Tommy Carroll can hear you very well.
All right, thanks, Tommy.
Okay, Tommy says he loves the funny faces and the hand gestures. Yeah, I
can
hear. Yeah.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you very well, he said.
That's cool. Okay.
Now let's sink our teeth into the subject that we tried to last week, which is the Democrats and progressives have become pacifist pussies. They can't seem to understand that they must fight fire with fire when it comes to the dirty below the belt hitting Republicans. And
the problem with Democrats is they never want to talk about the good things they've done. They just you need to campaign on good things you've done and good things you will continue to do. That's how you win people over.
What about attacking the Republicans for all the blatant lies?
Yeah, and I don't know. Now I heard Trump's trying to use presidential immunity for January 6th and whatever else he can. He's trying to circumvent treason by using presidential immunity. It's shameless. It's the most heinous thing any scumbag dictator could ever do.
Yeah.
And he's placed 3 of those Scottists, so they'll vote for him. Thurman Thomas, just take him out for a steak dinner. You got his vote. You know how he works.
Yeah.
And so fuck him. It's crazy. Trump's immunity. You can't use immunity for treason. That's like getting caught in a marriage, cheating on someone, and then saying, well, it's just part of the marriage. It's not. Treason doesn't go with, immunity. I'm immune to commit murder. Yeah, okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be more aggressiveness with the Democrats, because you can't, if somebody's trying to overtalk you and drown you out with lies and name calling and insults, you have to be a savage. You can't worry about making friends and being liked. That's the biggest drawback of many neoliberals, progressives, whatever, is they want to be liked. They want to make friends. They got this damn hipster way of thinking,
Yeah, they get bulldozed by lie. The problem is, the Democrats think that if they get into the tussle, they'll be unpure.
Pure my balls.
That's my personal belief that they want to stay. Look, we don't lie like they do. That's all they want to stand on. They don't want to go on the offense.
Fuck that. Fuck yeah. The best.
So
The best
if they
defense.
give Trump immunity for treason, then the next guy's gonna like shoot somebody and say I got immunity.
The best.
And Trump will get in there and blow up a bomb somewhere and say it was immunity.
The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
apparently Jack Smith had to make sure he could try it or not by asking that. So he's opened Pandora's box, asking Supreme Court to rule on their Donald, Kavanaugh, and then that one woman, and even one that Biden plays. She's wishy-washy.
They're all wishy-washy.
Yeah, they all shouldn't call the shots for this country. They don't share the views of the country. They tried to shun abortion, and look what the country struck back and said, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're not going to take you lifting the law and taking it away from a woman."
A fertilized human egg. A fertilized human egg is no more a human baby than an acorn is an oak tree. It is a potential life only.
And unfertilized chicken eggs that we eat aren't going to ever grow into anything.
Right. Okay, Tommy Carroll says, JPM, another great show tonight. Off to the carnival. I'll try to just stay away from anything treasonous like our commander-in-chief. So you think... So he's saying Joe Biden is treasonous.
Of course.
How is he treasonous?
We know how Trump was treasonous by trying to overthrow the government on January 6th. They wanted to hang Mike Pence. They would have done it if they got a hold of him.
And cavorting with Vladimir Putin,
Yeah, he loves Putin.
He loved Kim Jong-un of North Korea.
Any dictator, he totally admires them.
I don't agree with some of the things Joe Biden does, because Joe Biden is a centrist.
Well, that's the next president's got to be a centrist too. I hate to tell you. I don't agree with it, but it's going to be. That's what they're saying. Any 50 centrists could beat Trump.
I mean, they have to. First of all, they have to give a third party FaceTime. The Green Party candidate has to be invited to the debates.
I know this much: if Trump ends up being the nominee, we definitely need to pull a stunt and put in Gavin Newsom as the candidate against him. Joe Biden can't be an 82-year-old president. He's not going to win. Gavin Newsom's 50.
Joe Biden is not mentally and physically
able, and I respect that, and I want him to bow out gracefully.
Yeah,
and I want him to take Kamala with him. Yes. Bye, Kamala. You'll never see the White House again. Go. Go, girl.
You mean Camilla Toe? Camilla Toe?
Yeah. You'll never be in here again. Take a good look, woman.
She is definitely, without a doubt, unqualified to be president of the United States.
Yeah, she has no credentials there.
Without a doubt. Maybe a federal prosecutor. That's about it. But
yeah, I never was a fan of her being vice president. I didn't think it was a great moment for women when he chose her myself.
Joe Biden admitted that he was a capitalist, and I'm not. So that explains that he's a centrist, and also explains how the Democrat Party are corporate whores. They're willing to throw you a few crumbs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then as long as there's some money to be made, they'll go the other way.
See, with the system we have now, as opposed to what Scandinavia has, democratic socialism, we're always going to have to settle for the lesser of the two evils and a handful of crumbs.
Yeah, it's hard to see in this country that people aren't qualified to become president very easily.
Well, yeah, I mean...
just because you're in the entertainment business doesn't mean you know how to know the business of running the country.
No, well, you see how the media cares so much about getting political opinions from like celebrities and movie stars and
Yeah, like that,
entertainers.
they matter more. They don't.
Yeah, well, who was the one that was always commenting politically? Susan Sarandon and
Yeah,
uh,
Susan
uh,
Saran wrap.
Saran Wrap and others. You know, who
Yes, I
cares?
do.
Who cares what they think? Is their opinion any better than any one of us just because they're celebrities?
No.
No, you know, I mean, but listen, capitalism had their chance, had their chance, and the bottom 98% got screwed over every time. So it's a complete failure. Uh, um, um, you know, it's not democracy. It's crony capitalism. That's
Yeah, it's just like the city worker that gives his brother-in-law a job because it pays well, not because he's qualified.
yeah,
Yeah, here's a good paying job that you're not qualified for. Enjoy.
yeah.
Oh,
And I don't think it's I don't think that that Biden should constantly throw one fortune after the next at the Ukrainians,
I'm just, yeah, I'm
Zelensky,
just,
and Netanyahu and Israel too. Taxpayers' money.
well, I guess that's better than sending troops, isn't it?
But the United States can't afford to take care of the entire world.
No, I understand, but still, I'd rather send cash than troops. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then
I don't want to
like,
get into the conflict. It's not a good one. It's not good for us to get involved in their civil wars.
That's not the ideal. That's the lesser of the two evils.
Unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
Well, it's unfortunate, but people have to realize they're being bamboozled, they're being lied to, and they have to go for
yeah, the American dream. We were sold a bunch of lies. Yeah,
they got to go for a third party. You got to go for Democrats.
It's going to take forever to get a good candidate in a third party that could actually win. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm definitely not supportive of the Democrat Party. That's it.
Well, over the two, yeah, because the one I'm just not ready to join that cult. You know, where decency and human decency and liberty for justice and man go by the wasteland. It's just for every man for himself. That's the Republican Party. You know, all for none, none for one.
Yeah. They believe they have like a jungle mentality where if you're at the top of the food chain, you pretty much have it all, and if you're not, you're just prey. You're a victim. You know, like in other words, if you're poor and you can't and you don't have a fortune for your retirement and you can't pay for your own health care, which I think is the worst system to live under if you have to pay out of pocket for everything. You know, that's America back in the 1800s. You know,
yeah, this country wants too much money for the health care. It should be free.
The healthcare industry
should be abolished, in my opinion.
The American
state needs to take over.
The American healthcare industry is a racket. It's racketeering.
Oh yeah, doctors go to school and get paid big money, and then they turn on charge you a fortune. They send people home nowadays after major surgeries when they used to make them stay a day or two. Now it's like, all right, you just come out of surgery, now get out.
You know, the parking garage in this very large hospital in northeastern New Jersey they have several hospitals, they have several locations. Well, the main campus, you know, their parking garage at the hospital is charging $10 a car.
$10 $10 an hour?
$10 per parking space. And it doesn't matter if your close relative is in the hospital, you still have to pay the $10.
Jesus Christ, what's that all about? A hospital charging to park there? Sounds like a racket.
And they're so rich, they even have valet parking in on one side.
That's racketeering.
Yeah, you talk about greed. Talk about whoever heard of the
You want to see a loved one, you better pay, or you're not going to go out your park here.
Valet parking, $10 to park your own car.
Oh God, I'm tired.
Whoever heard of such a thing?
I don't know.
You know. So anyway, the Democrats better start getting more savage and tougher. Anyway, so I'm happy that your first work week ended up well.
Yeah, it did. It did. Thank you. Thank you.
Good. How are you doing with the new system you learned?
It's okay. It's interesting. Some people have made mistakes, and I caught them. And like somebody said, some China duties didn't apply on a shipment in their permanent record, and I sent it along, and it was like near the end of the day, and it was like, this isn't working. I got a reject. I'm like, oh. I had to find the Chinese tariff number. They don't have easy access. I had to find it myself online and say, here, this number goes with it. And I signed off at 5. I don't think they're paying overtime right now, which is fine because I don't want to work any overtime right now.
Do not work for free.
I never will. No.
That's it. Plain and simple. Do not work for free.
Exactly. I had a bad afternoon at work, just too much pressure on myself. I ended up calling the manager for something that he already had given me. It was kind of humorous, but not at the time.
Bad afternoon. You had to work today?
No, yesterday I'm talking about. No, I don't want to work on the weekends. I need some sanity.
No, I'm just I'm sorry that you ran into some stress,
That's life, man. That's life.
Well, people create problems, and people can also avoid problems too.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid some myself. Definitely. I'd like to avoid being out of a job again. That was pretty bad. I had 2 months with a bad job, and I hope I get into something more reasonable and kinder. What I need in my life.
Yeah. Well,
so anyway,
anything good is worth trying at least once. See how it goes. That's all.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, I had real bad eyes when we were on camera. I looked like I was sleeping almost. My eyes were so cash.
Yeah. You colored your whiskers.
Yeah, and you know what? I had this before, and it wasn't working. It says leave it on for 5 minutes. So I said, okay, I'll try it again, and I'll leave it on for 20 minutes. And I did, and it worked. Oh, it's too much.
You know what you should do? You should let the hair on your chin get longer and make it pointy, like the the head of the Church of Satan.
Well, I tell you one thing, my beard has never grown real long. I am trying to grow right now, but I don't know if I can get as long as what you're saying.
Yeah, well, it takes time, if you leave it alone, it'll grow.
I usually shave it off in the summer, though.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie S. Ronnie S. just came aboard.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening. How you feeling, Ronnie?
I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Now your volume is better. Okay.
You hear my volume?
I can't hear anybody but you, James.
Your volume's a little low. See if your mic volume is up.
It is. So maybe I have to try to join the video again. Maybe.
You could. But this is actually not bad, I mean,
I don't hear Ronnie that well. Is he talking?
No.
He was talking before.
Yeah, I can't hear him very much at all.
Western Mike says he's going to eat some enchiladas.
Nice.
And enchiladas cost $5 buckaroos. Trader Joe's enchiladas? How many do you get for $5, Mike?
Oh,
Oh, you only get
Sounds
one.
like you only get one. Well, burritos are like that.
Can you hear
get
me
one.
now, James? Is that all right?
I hear you, but I really have to concentrate. You gotta try to crank up your mic. Crank up the mic, crank it up, crank it, pump up the jam. Pump.
Any better?
You know
all
what?
right.
Any better?
I'm gonna try to go online again, James, and then see if I get there. So I'm gonna hang up.
What was I gonna say?
Any better?
Did you hear me? I'm gonna hang up and try to go online.
I heard you.
All right, goodbye.
Pump up the jam.
James.
All right, he's gonna try to. We had technical difficulties, but like I said, you have Apple products.
Can you hear me
He's
now?
got Apple products. Hold on. Let me raise my volume. All right, say something.
Hello, hello.
I hear you, but
Has it ever been like this before?
oh no, it got better. It just got better.
Maybe I was just talking wrong.
Yeah, no, it's good now. What I was gonna say
We got
is
a week
about
until Christmas Eve. James.
yeah. How about that?
Krampus season is in full effect.
I told Krampus, yeah, I told everybody, I told Tommy Carroll that I bought everything on Amazon Prime. I didn't go nowhere and get aggravated.
Oh, you bought.
Hi, I am
It's working.
kind of, sort of,
Kind-
maybe.
No, it's working.
Yes.
No, hold on. Knock on wood.
It's working for the moment.
It's working.
Okay, I'll take the glass off to avoid the glare.
Yeah, you got some length, Mick.
I
on your
just
goatee.
started, but I'm not going to shave it to a point.
Ah, come on.
Nah,
Don't shave it.
no.
Don't shave it. Pull it. Keep pulling it. Pull
I
it.
don't have. No, I'm not gonna. I got other things to pull that are better.
Well,
I
it
get
looks
better
good.
results.
It looks good right now.
I dyed it. That's why you can really see it.
Remember when Jesse Ventura, when he was in the AWA, he had that point.
I've seen.
He had a black goatee that came to a point.
Did you have it in WCW when he
And
was
what's your point? Do you have a
My
point?
The point is the point. Makes you look cool, Daddy-O.
All right, Joe. So anyway,
So Mick,
yeah,
we got a week until Christmas Eve.
yeah, it's kind of a downer this year. My brother is going to be with his new grandchild. My brother's daughter had a baby, so they're going away.
I remember now. You mentioned it last week, right?
Yeah, so
baby.
So I'm gonna drive to my brother's. He's about 40 minutes away, maybe 35, and hang out with somebody in the family for an evening. Nothing. That's all I can do.
Did you get him a gift?
Just my presents will be gift. We don't
get him a gift just to be nice.
We don't exchange gifts anymore.
I knew this lunatic guy named Tony. You know, I don't know why all the nuts find me, but anyway, years ago, he you know what his gift was to this girl? He tied like a red ribbon around his balls, and he said,
"Yikes!" So he tried to deliver the fishing rod and tackle to her and said, "Hey, that's a gift."
He put the bow, you know, with the sticky part on top of the shoulder.
And it couldn't have felt good when it was taken off. I know that much.
She might have liked that. Some girls could like that.
You never know. You never know.
You got to give it to them and see if they like taking the hard one.
Now, do you think not to change the subject or get risque? Do you think the woman who has a nice tattoo in the middle of her lower back is a
stamp tramp?
Is a tramp?
Tramp stamp? What do you call it?
Tramp stamp, yeah. So you want to know if we think she's a tramp or not? We'd have to take a look at her.
No. I want to know if you think it's arousing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see it. It depends on the girl and how big the tramp stamp was.
But you know what it is? That was popular in like the early 2000s. So
yeah, all the cougars had them.
By this time,
old ladies with tramp stamps now.
You're not going to see you're not going to see young girls with that. So they're going to be pretty older. You know?
Yeah, the porn chicks at that time had the tramp stamp, but it has to be a
It
nice.
wasn't only porn chicks. It was pretty popular, like in just popular culture for girls.
Yeah, and sometimes they had one on their lower abdomen. Sometimes like
I don't
near
like.
hip bone.
I don't like.
Smaller one, right?
I don't like tattoos on tits myself. I'm against it. I want tits to be tits not to be tattooed, please, on all their naked glory. Don't touch them. And don't pierce any nipples or anything. Just leave them as is, please.
Yeah, I agree. I agree about the breast. Yes.
I don't mind piercing.
No thanks.
Yeah, I mean
don't torture
tramp
the
stamp,
breasts. I can do that for her.
If it's attractive. I mean, not a skull with a sword going through it. Like a budded red.
There were some crazy tattoos on the internet women had near their vag.
Oh, you mean after they shaved?
They had some crazy ones. I shouldn't probably talk about.
That's very popular anymore either.
They had them on the internet where they had a tramp stamp in front, right on the coochie.
You know, it would be a funny.
And one of them had like a girl holding. You have to see it. It's crazy.
Show us.
No thanks. I don't have the access to the video.
It would be a nice tattoo, but I think it would be better as a T-shirt because if a man had this, people would think he's gay. But I mean, USDA choice with an arrow pointing down.
I see.
James, there were men that actually got tramp stamps.
Let's not talk about it. I vote no. I'm voting that discussion off the island immediately without even talking about it. Exit. Nope.
I used to go surf fishing at the nude beach in Sandy Hook, New Jersey.
Please don't tell me about these male tramp stamps to figure out. I vote no.
No, some of these dudes had piercings.
No, I don't want to know about that either. That I don't want to talk about male genitalia piercing or male tramp stamps. Reject.
All right, hold on.
I need to talk about women immediately, if not sooner.
Tommy Carroll, girls. Who was that? Motley Crue. That's it. Girls.
I didn't like Motley Crue's album. The first two are the only ones I like, and then the one with John Corabi.
JPM says, your opinion, do you think I should go back to high karate tonight? Maybe if I put on I'll be like Joe Biden and find the soul of America. He's always politicizing everything. How come
who is this person or Joe Biden is Joe Biden over
he's always
politicizing it or this person?
No, Tommy does it. Paul Manthea does it. They politicize everything. Not everything is got to be political.
It's not though. It's not Christmas isn't a political event. Luckily,
let's talk about Christmas.
Yeah, high karate. If you want to say funny things about the old high karate commercials, yeah.
Or why not Brute by Fabergé while you're at it? Or
I'll tell you one thing. I got as a gift. I got a bunch of like deodorants and a big box of.
I don't need that. I don't need that male Lumi stuff. I heard it's garbage.
Well, I was given a bottle of one of those male lotion Lumis, male, and it has a nice scent to it, though.
So your hand smells like it a lot, you're saying?
No. See, people don't realize that, but the female as well as the male genitalia have their own distinctive odors.
Yes.
They do. They absolutely do.
Yes, the female genital. Let's talk about that.
That's more like a yeasty smell. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So
just
anyway,
like so many yeasts. Gotcha.
East. Not like east and west, north and south. I mean yeast with a Y.
The yeast infection.
Yeast. Yeah. Now, Brute. I want to talk about.
I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm gonna head upstairs. I missed a few of the things you just said.
It's the iPhone.
Well, actually, I'm surprised it worked this far.
Brute by Fabergé?
Is it Fabergé or Fabergé?
Huh.
Fabergé. Fabergé.
Fabergé.
Okay. So
Fabergé.
Fabergé. So Fabergé.
Like prosciutto.
Brute. I have, their deodorant smells really good though.
What is
Even
that?
though
I don't think I've even heard of that.
Brute is
No, not
a
Brute.
green.
Fabergé.
It's a green. It's a
I know
dark
what
green
Brute- I know
bottle.
what Brute is. Yeah.
Yeah, Brute. The deodorant smells just
What
as
is
good as
Fabergé though? I never heard of that.
Fabergé. Yeah, I don't even know if it's still owned by Fabergé.
Oh, that's the company that owned Brute.
Yeah, it was back in the day when people used. It was an inexpensive cologne and aftershave, like Old Spice.
Yeah, like Old Spice. Like an aftershave cologne combo. Something your grandpa would use.
Yeah, Joe Biden is a centrist, Western Mike.
Joe Biden's a
You're gonna run a bath. All right. Hold on. Careful. Too much attention for independence and the election is thrown to Trump. So, in other words, a vote for independence is like a vote for a Republican candidate, because America is not yet sold on the independent candidate.
Yeah, it's a shame, right?
Unfortunately.
I would say that's pretty unfortunate. You only get two choices.
Yeah, because there's no third person invited to the debates.
I mean, what kind of democracy
Televised debate.
gives you two choices?
Hello.
Oh, you could
You're in the
now
dark.
your black whiskers have a mysterious look about them. You have any candlelight or any like dim
that would be cool.
I came upstairs and lost you guys. I thought I was gonna do better. Where's not having
No,
the
you're
light
fine.
on.
You just don't have. There you go. No, you're fine. So far. Yeah. So far, you're fine.
He'll be all
As
right
soon as
for a while. He'll be okay.
As soon as you put the earbuds
You have it
in,
on mute, Mick.
you got yourself muted. You're muted, man. Mute.
Getting disconnected. Hi.
Okay. There you
Hi.
go.
Hi.
Hi, karate.
Hi, karate. I'm
I'm
going
so
back
late.
downstairs. I can't get any good spots. I lose you upstairs now. So I'm gonna have to go
Let me
back
ask you
downstairs.
something. Why don't you call your internet provider and say,
I know. I think I need a new phone. This phone's like 4 or 5 years old, so it's probably starting to break down. You know how they make phones not very well anymore.
That I
They
have.
want you to trade them in every year.
He probably has the same phone that I have. That's why.
What model iPhone
I
do
have
you
an
have?
8.
I don't remember.
What?
That's all I have to
It's probably
say.
about the same. It's probably about the
Can
same.
you guys hear me at all?
You had a lot. You must have a lot of edibles.
I had one.
Mike. You look
One.
one.
Yeah.
Unless you're just sleepy from the work week.
Can you guys hear me when I talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I hear you now.
All right.
We hear you talk.
I had one
If we
edible,
don't hear
man.
you,
Just one edible, one small edible. It's not my fault. You know.
it's
So
good, man. You're all good.
I watched a Rodney Dangerfield comedy video on Facebook tonight. It was pretty funny. He was pretty outrageous.
Yeah.
He was
funny.
Yeah, he was really nuts. He had some great voices he could do. He could do like a woman's voice. It was pretty hilarious. So anyway,
Yeah, you know Michael Labar had this banner where it says, "We grew up with these people," and it had Sam Kinison, George Carlin.
I'm afraid that those comedians wouldn't be welcome nowadays. They'd be in trouble. I honestly believe they would be.
instead of the photo of Eddie Murphy, they should have had Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Pryor didn't get enough respect.
Richard Pryor was like the pioneer.
Yes, he was.
For black comedians. Yeah, not Eddie Murphy. Richard Pryor is more in tune with, and I think they had a picture of Rodney
Richard
too.
Pryor do drugs? Was he known for that?
Yeah. He
thought-
freebased and started himself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was nuts.
Was he a crackhead?
No, freebase cocaine, no crack.
Isn't that what crack is?
I can't hear you anymore. Your audio is muted now. Maybe those earbuds you need to take a sledgehammer to those earbuds.
What good would that do?
It'll do no good. I have the Bluetooth. Oh, see, I'm echoing back now. I got the Bluetooth right here.
Wow,
The wireless.
I just am
wireless.
not doing well with anything electronic at this time.
Except for the old-fashioned phone call.
They're out there. It's working again me. It ain't for me.
Looks good
Again
now.
me. It's working for the moment, but at any time I could stop hearing you and then
Clear right now.
put the earbuds back in, then took them out again, and now it's such a production.
It gets exhausting.
It does. It does.
I remember. That's why. Well, it wasn't just for that reason, but I bought a laptop a few months back, and I've just been using that. I can't use the phone. It's annoying.
How's the iPad compared to?
I don't have an
the laptop?
iPad. I have a pretty good laptop here. It's an HP.
I have a pretty shitty laptop myself. My original one
Wait
broke.
a minute. He does. He has a what do they call a laptop that's not an Apple product? Do they
It doesn't
use
have
the
to
word?
be an Apple product. A laptop is just a laptop.
No, I mean that you're not subject to Safari on the
Not
laptop,
at all. No.
and that's why there's no issues with you.
Okay, so you think
Well,
it's
you
all
could be
Safari
right.
based?
It could be because I'm not using Safari now.
Well, that's why I gave up my iPhone, is because every time I try to join a stream, Safari would force itself and push Chrome aside. And
I think you can choose to use Chrome.
You
it wasn't
can't.
working on my phone. I don't think it made a difference on my phone when I tried that.
I mean, it was bad when I had the iPhone. Like when I used to join Eric's
You had an
stream,
iPhone?
my head would like shake.
When I had
like,
the Samsung, it was like I just hated that phone right from the get go. One of the worst phones I ever had. I was like,
well, you know
it was annoying. It had its issues. I can't remember what they were, but I knew I never wanted one ever again.
I've heard so many complaints with iPhones, and I have an iPhone myself. And
iPhones are better to use than that Samsung piece
I
of
hear
shit.
usually like good reviews about Samsungs, but
they're
these
not
like the
pieces
newer
of shit anymore.
The one I had was.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not pieces of shit, but they
you
can be
gotta-
annoying.
But you got to understand the technology. They've come so far.
Yeah.
All
okay.
They want you to use only their specified brands, though. Like,
So let's steer this conversation back towards pussy or something.
Oh, you don't want to talk about
you're subject to using only Apple software, and you got to pay through the nose. My brother-in-law is like hooked on Apple.
Apple just keeps away hackers. That's the only good thing about him.
I don't
That's
think
it.
it always does, though.
I used to get when I had Microsoft, I had to went through one service after another. I had so many viruses attacking me. They had them all set up. That McAfee, that was a joke.
Oh, McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had that. That was like just a basic package, though, right? No.
Hey James, am I doing okay with the beard for you there? You said you wanted me to twinkle it around.
You don't have to twinkle it because I can see. It's curly. I can see growth.
Well, that's
I
because
could
I
see
dyed it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see it. I mean, I really dyed it for 20 minutes because 5 minutes on the box. It must have been an old dye because it didn't work twice in a row. And I'm like, next time I'll wait 20 minutes and maybe it'll work. And it
What
did.
about the beeswax with that people that curl their mustache?
I don't, my mustache isn't that big. I can't do that shit. Nor would
Now,
I,
I'm trying
nor
to
would I want
understand
to. I'm not interested in that old fashioned
the
twister
beeswax.
there.
I'm trying to understand what Mike is saying. Even if in the hospital, yeah, in San Francisco, a man was dying and the museum wouldn't lend a resuscitation tool and he passed away. So he was dying in the museum?
Hmm.
Or the
That's
museum?
I see we're getting further
have
and further away from talking about women. Okay.
Does
Now
the
let
museum
next
have a?
death is
All
our
right,
next
all right.
subject.
I'll get back
We don't need to talk
Monday to
about death right now, I don't think.
No, I'll get back to the women thing. Okay, I'll bring it up. Hold on.
I'm not the
Don't.
creator only of what does it say? Pro
Prolemzy? Prolems?
Prolems.
I don't know. So, but anyway, now
How long did you guys want to stream for tonight? A few more hours to talk of men and manly things? No thanks. Come on, guys.
Mick, this is red pill man talk.
Yeah, that means anything goes.
It's
And
hard
you
hitting.
guys know, let's talk about toenail clippings next. And I won't have it.
It's the hard hitting truth, man.
I don't.
Now,
No, we did
okay.
that earlier before you were on the show. We were doing some hard hitting truths without you.
Now, what men have
Oh,
to,
of course, this is when it happens.
what men have
Oh,
to,
fuck.
Oh,
what?
you look good.
I
Man.
had a freezing there, but yes.
Looks okay. Man.
Yeah, but as long as we can hear you and
Tommy,
we
can
see
you
who
hear
you are.
me?
Yeah. The problem is, see, men have to realize that they're not responsible. Well, I'm talking about women who, the longer you know them, they start to complain and nag you and say you don't do this for me, you don't do that for me, blah, blah,
This
blah,
isn't the
blah,
way I
blah.
wanted to talk about women either. Let's talk about when you're in love with them and you have a nice romance. Let's talk about that part.
Yeah, but that's like
That's not hard hitting truth, though.
that's being a Pollyanna. It's
Yeah,
like that's not the real world.
It's not about it.
The real
I
world
like
is
that.
having.
No,
real world
it's
is
Christmas.
having
It's Christmas. It's goodwill. Let's think of the fun first and the trouble after. New Year's is what I say.
Right.
It's better for me that way. I want to have a happy
Fran-
Christmas and enough
Fran-
problems, man.
I think
Like
Mike was
Seth
saying
is saying,
more money, more
just
problems.
pull that out of the hat after New Year's Eve, okay?
Then we're gonna sound like Good Morning America. We're gonna sound like Barney the dinosaur. I love you and you love me.
Now, Good Morning America and Barney are the same thing.
There's they're different. They both blow sunshine up people's asses. You know,
Oh boy.
I think one time Barney went on the Good Morning America show. Right?
Yeah, but there has to be controversy
It has to be.
on the show. There has to be. It can't be all like.
On this show?
It can't be like. It can't be like too much happiness.
On this show.
No, never too much happiness around Christmas. You're right.
Unless
It's actually very depressing for a lot of people.
Unless you talk
It
about
can be, but let's not have a depressing Christmas. I already had that earlier. I'm ready to move on from my depression. I suggest you.
I'm not talking about depressing. I'm talking about giving guys advice that have women that get on ride their ass all the time. Is they're not responsible for their.
Well, I don't have a woman right now, so I can't really give any advice.
They're
not have a woman is just not responding to that. She won't stick around if you don't respond to it.
They're not responsible for the woman's happiness. They have to put that in their mind.
Whoa, Holy Yawn Festival. On camera, no less.
Yeah, that's not good for the
The
show.
Mad Yawner. What happened? Am I setting you back a few years with the yawn? Not good for the show.
fart, you can burp, you can do anything you want.
Set us back a few nights with that yawn. Don't do it again.
But
Yeah, you ain't getting the crank. There's something Christmas with the Cranks. Is that Tim Allen?
Tim Allen. Oh,
Maybe,
no,
I don't know.
I think it is.
G, that's
I don't know who
G-rated.
it is. It's something. Barbie is like I have no brain to enjoy it. Barbie's kind of psycho, actually. Like a cult, the Barbie cult, man. They worship the Barb no matter what she does.
Yeah, that's a fucked up movie. Saw like half of it.
Barbie worship. Real weird.
Did you
I
see the
never
movie?
worshipped G.I. Joe that way. Me and Joe didn't have that close. Yeah, I saw part of it and it was really goofy. I'll go with, I'll do this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw half of it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was goofy. It was really weird and it was really just
Ugh.
it's hard to explain.
Did you guys go back east for the holidays, Ronnie? Yes.
Back east.
Isn't that where you're from, New York? It's east.
Yeah, I'm already east.
Back north.
Don't. We're like playing from roaming chairs. What is that? Yeah, we're playing moving chairs. Ready? Go! You don't have a seat.
I'm trying to find the pattern.
This is the best right here.
Yeah,
You're
this
making me
one is
go.
probably not the best. It's usually like the squares are the best.
I can't find it.
The three
I
squares,
don't know
right?
what
And
it
then
is.
one guy in the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. This one actually I don't like that much.
I'm fine with this. Uh-oh, the watch wants to speak with you.
Unless it happens when you have 4 people. Maybe that's when it
What?
You could definitely do food.
Okay,
No, I know
so
what you're
anyway.
talking about. He's talking about he's talking about like the Hollywood Squares thing.
Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
You know, where
Maybe
every
you can't do it if you're doing restream.
Democratic National Convention.
Is it next year?
Oh, fuck them.
Anyways, when is the Democratic National Convention? 2024, right?
That's good.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Is that Mike's?
I hear you. That's fine.
Why so silent then? Yeah, we're listening to you. Keep saying it.
I refuse to say anything in support of
The Democratic National Convention. I want to know what it is because I want to know when we get something done in time, so we don't get bamboozled into a bad presidency. It'll be a bad one. When it goes back, they'll go back with a vengeance. They'll be do very president-like things and then pardon themselves on the spot. Is what's going to happen. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he gets in there, he'll like murder someone and say, "I pardoned myself, so no, you can't do anything to me." He's got immunity. He's a real trickster.
He sent that drone to murder that Iranian guy.
That's just military. I'm talking about other type of murder.
It was actually like a direct hit.
For his own profit.
Like straight. He killed. I mean, that's a person killing. You can't say that the army did it or something. That's your fault, Trump.
I don't know why they
he got wasted. They fucking fucked him up good, man.
They took out that Iranian nuclear.
Trump was fighting ISIS a lot, wasn't he?
Right, he was a. Yeah.
We didn't hear you there.
He's an unconfirmed scientist. What? A Zionist? What?
No, he was a Iranian scientist or engineer working
general.
on.
He was a general.
He was an officer,
yeah,
right?
He fought. You know, he got the Iraqis to fight against Al Qaeda.
Americans.
He was a general going against Al Qaeda. At the time, he was working with American troops also in Iraq.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he
And
turned.
now ISIS is the terrorist group in the media now.
They're back?
Are they back?
I hope not.
But-
They were supposed to be dead and
It's all
gone.
about other stuff now. Yeah.
I heard
Even though
Trump.
that,
I heard
still, I mean, they still send Americans.
those
to-
brothers are dead though, aren't they? Saddam's kids, aren't they dead yet?
a long time ago.
Saddam.
They were the perpetrators of that, so I thought I would die with them.
Hey, Mick, did you think Saddam Hussein was a member of ISIS?
No, his kids were though. ISIS didn't really exist before he was hung.
His kids
Then it
weren't.
was created right after, I thought.
Had nothing to do
Now
with it.
that Iranian, that the Iranian was killed by a drone attack.
Okay. Everyone was scared that there was going to be some retaliation for it when it happened. Remember that? And nothing happened.
The
So,
Iranians did the smart thing and didn't.
well,
create a
they're the ones who put the money behind Hamas attacking Israel. Iran funded that. Irania is not a friend of America. Once we got out of that Paris, that nuclear treaty, that all hell's broken loose with our relations with them.
Was that really all hell?
Hamas was in Europe getting ready to target Jewish sites, like synagogues, events, different things like that. They were getting, and the German Secret Service
Remember
stopped
that guy
them.
that killed a mother and son because they were Middle Eastern, renting from him? That piece of shit that was renting to some Middle Eastern people and killed the mother and the kid because he was a psychopath, this old guy. I thought they were the enemy. Bad stuff.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were. They're. You never know. They. What amazes me is how they're able to get into all first world countries. How they're able to not be detected for what they are.
The drone attacks, you mean?
No, I mean the terrorist group members, how they're able to get into European countries or the United States.
Oh, Europe! Europe did not do some good immigration themselves, so there's been immigration problems all over the world, not just the U.S. By the way, Europe fucked up their immigration real bad, let in terrorists, and terrorists attacked them. Germany and France, they let terrorists in and they attacked them. It's really bad.
My friend in mainland China says there's one of the northwestern provinces has an Islamic community living there, and they're starting trouble there.
Oh my God! You mean they're Asian Islamic people?
I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're Asian.
There are.
Wow.
They're
Asian.
They're Asian and they're Muslim. That's a bad combo, I
trying
think.
to think of the country that they're active in.
They're not going to love the U. They're not going to love the U.S.
I think actually in the Philippines, there's
they're going to loathe and they'll hate the U.S.
The Philippines has an Islamic community, yes, and they cause trouble.
Muslims
and look, Malaysia and Indonesia is not far from the Philippines, and they're all Islamic. That whole region.
Oh Jesus!
But wherever they are,
the Philippines actually had a strong Catholic identity.
Yeah, it did for all those crusades that went through there, and
they were colonized by the Spanish.
No, there's still a lot of
there's still a lot.
Catholic, it's still a Catholic country, except there's one area that happens to be Muslim. But
so Muslims are trying to take over the world. By the way, in case you didn't know,
but there's a pattern.
It's the Muslim religion's a secret cult that's trying to take over the world, from what I could tell.
It's not really secret.
Well, when it's taken over, no one's talking about it. I mean, it's trying to stop our Christianity, I think. Muslims are. I mean, I'm open to Muslim people, but don't be telling me my religion's false and yours isn't.
Yeah.
We could all worship in our own way and don't have to push it on each other. God in our own way.
Really,
That's our life, our business. We don't need to go public with that shit. No religion.
no religious organization should affect any lawmaking because
Nope.
no one has been able to prove that their God exists. It's that simple.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
No, no, it's true. It's perception of like, oh, I believe that like
Earth
with
is
the Hindu,
round.
no, like Hinduism, the cow is sacred.
Oh
Well,
boy.
how did that start?
I don't
They
know.
won't they won't
You couldn't eat at Freddy's with the famous steak burger. You wouldn't be able to do
no,
it if you were.
they won't eat.
You would say
Actually,
you're
they're
kill.
they're
You'd go have to protest. What's
actually
that?
they're vegan.
What is Freddy's?
It's like steak burgers and frozen custard.
Like a fast food place?
Yeah, but the burgers are steak burgers. They're pretty good.
Kind of like this Steak and Shake that's in Florida.
Kind of when they used to way steak and they used to be similar.
Steak and
Steak
Shake.
and Shake's gone down in quality quite a lot
Yeah,
over the
they
years.
look
I
fucked
thought.
up.
Yeah.
I only went there one time, and I wasn't.
I went there and they couldn't
I
give
was
me
like,
any condiments. It was like a dry burger with they had no ketchup there. It was really weird.
Really? I
Like
went there
Sarah
at like, it was
Desert
like
burger.
11, 12 at night. I was just like drunk. I was coming home from the bar, and I got some kind of steak burger, just to chow down. But I don't remember it being very good. And
Okay.
it was like really greasy, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
The one I got for
never
free
went
was
back
real
after
salty
that.
for some reason. I thought, well, I had a piece of bacon. I wanted me to pay a price for it with too much salt in it.
James, have you ever had
Those
Steak and Shake?
sons of
in Florida?
bitches. What's that?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Says I'm having some problems with the connection. I was saying they oversalted my free
Mick,
burger, I
I'm
think,
trying
because they didn't want me to have it.
Mick, you need 4, says Western Michael.
What?
What was your question?
I'll say it to you in the form of a question.
It says, Mick, you need 4.
I don't know what place is this? Which establishment?
Which establishment?
I never had
Steak and
anything
Shake.
from,
I was asking you about Steak and Shake.
never had anything from
Have
that
you ever
place.
heard of it?
No.
It's just like a nasty fast food place. They have it in Florida.
It wasn't before. Remember they used to have their own chili and stuff with
No,
beef
I
and
never.
supposed to
I
be
never
good.
Really went there. I don't know when it was good.
It was good in the 70s, maybe the 80s too, maybe even part of the 90s, but not the 2000s.
Was good.
So much for the serious topics.
You don't want to eat Burger King
Serious
burgers.
topics?
Yes, we're not. Yeah, we're on fast food debate. Ready? Go.
I try to bring up a good point, but
I'm sorry. What we stole the show.
What's your good point, James?
no, the last thing I was talking about is how religion,
Sacred
which
cows.
based
We got
on-
into hamburgers.
Oh, that's why we were talking
you
about
can't even
fucking
let
fast
me
food.
religion
That's
based on hope, which is
That was
based
why.
on faith, which is hope, which is perception. And then I started saying how religion should not affect law because they
Yes,
can't
I
prove
heard that. I did hear that.
Yeah,
I did.
that it does not exist. And then I said, I gave an example of perception where Hinduism worships, they feel the cow is sacred. You know, the bull, the cow, the bull, they don't eat beef.
Yeah,
Because
sacred
the
cow.
bull-
Why is that? Do you
Mhm.
know at all?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Maybe they're in love with the cow, like grandma. Moo moo, I know you're a cow. Anything will do.
Well, you know what, James?
There was a guy that was arrested for fucking a cow in the zoo.
In Egypt, or when they were left Egypt, they started worshiping the golden calf.
Did you guys hear me? There was a guy in Chicago that was arrested for having sex with a cow.
God got pissed off at them, and Moses came down from the Mount Sinai. And threw
This guy really got arrested. He was
broke
having sex
the-
with a cow.
He broke the 10 Commandments.
Some drunk Mexican dude. got arrested
What was
for fucking
banging
a
a female?
cow at the
Was he
zoo.
banging? Was he banging a female cow?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. And then the local DJ wrote a song about it. Ooh wee, I know you're a cow, but anything will do. It was nasty. Yeah, it's nasty.
Sounds. Let's go.
900 some drunk Mexican will just about fuck anything. Apparently, is what they're trying to tell you.
It probably is true.
What do they call it? Bestiality.
Viva la bestiality. I don't know. I don't know if I
They
agree
say
with
that
that.
they say they fuck chickens.
All right. Anyway,
I don't want to know. All right, I'm sorry I brought it up. I withdraw the comment.
It's actually a true story.
I withdraw the comment. Sorry.
When Moses went up to Mount Sinai to get the Ten Commandments.
No, he went up to Mount Sinai to talk to God, and then he was so mad when he came back down. He took the tablet of the Ten Commandments and broke it because he was pissed off at the Israelites.
Are we talking about the Bible now? What the hell? We went from fucking sacred cow to a guy fucking a cow to religion. Okay.
No, he threw it at the golden
You've gone full circle jerk.
You're talking about sacred cows. That's technically religion.
Yeah, they worship the
Wow.
They created a pagan god.
There's a song by Charlie Pride that says "Stop the world, I want to get off." That's my song.
You got a
Stop the world, I want to get off.
What is it about a cow?
Yeah.
Well, we're trying
this
to
conversation. I want to stop it.
What is it about a cow?
Apparently, there's a technical problem.
No, it's about learn. It's a learning experience.
Yeah,
That's all.
we can talk about other stuff, except sex all the time.
It's good for the brain cells to learn.
Sex is cool to talk about.
Let's talk about
We
sex.
can talk about cows.
Salt and pepper.
We still talk about
Salt
cows and about fast food and shit.
Now, fast food. I'm glad that Mick brought up the subject of fast food.
I actually brought it up.
Oh, you did? Okay. I have a big gripe about Arby's. You know, they might have the meat. I don't think it's as much as what you see in a commercial.
No, it's not.
But let me tell you something. It's the beef is not what the old Roy Rogers fast food place had. Real roast beef, real, like bottom round.
It's a huge difference, you sick fucker. Anyway.
Yeah, real bottom round roast beef, Roy Rogers. But Arby's is like steakum. It's like eating chicken roll instead of.
Arby's is fast food. It's not recommended. You're gonna.
Yeah, and I was gonna say something about Arby's is like eating turkey roll instead of smoked turkey breast sandwich.
Yeah. I'm ready to steer away from Arby's next as well. I don't eat there much. I used to eat there more when they had a good chicken sandwich, and then I kind of laid off when they got rid of it.
And I was told, I don't know if I was told by Ronnie or Mick, but Sonic, the milkshakes look great, but they're extremely loaded with sugar. They're not creamy.
Of course they are.
I don't go to Sonic's myself. I don't go there.
I don't think I told you that. I didn't.
I've never been there. I've never been, but
I have been there.
Well, White Castle.
I don't think it's a quality food.
No, it's not. White Castle. Wendy's is good. Wendy's is pretty decent, but White Castle.
What, the Frosty?
Yeah, are they all dairy shakes? The Frosty.
I believe so. I hope so. I hope they're not like floor polishing ice cream or anything like that. Like they used to make. It's a floor polish. It's an ice cream. It's both.
Or whipped vegetable cheap vegetable oil like McDonald's milkshakes.
Oh
no!
McDonald's milkshakes had like salad mix in them. They weren't a quality shake. You tried it just to say you tried one of their shakes, but you didn't go back to it very often. You didn't often want that McDonald's shake like after having one. That's fine.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember McDonald's taste.
White Castle, I think it's real dairy milkshake because it's very creamy. You know, you could tell a quality malted, or actually the kids don't know what the fuck a malted is. I
Well, I liked chocolate malts when I was young. I liked malt powder and chocolate powder and anything they could throw together.
I asked the girl, give me a extra large strawberry chocolate malted, and she says, "What's a malted?" I says, "It's that powder you put in, made from barley, malted barley." And I go,
It's
she says,
yellow-ish.
"It's yellowish." So I says, "Take a look and see if you have any." And she had it in the back. She goes, "Oh, I never used this before." I says, "Yeah, load it up, put it
Nice.
in."
Is that the same malt, James, that they put in beer?
Yeah.
So how was the drink, James?
It was excellent.
Because of the extra malt?
With the addition of the malt. Now, a Frosty has a malted flavor.
What about a root beer float?
No, you need chocolate. Chocolate first, root beer float secondary.
Does root beer float have malt though?
No.
What do you mean chocolate? You mean put chocolate syrup in seltzer?
I'm talking about what you were talking about, James, not whatever.
Oh, you mean a chocolate malt?
Instead of a root beer float. I don't want to talk about floats. There's no chocolate involved, is what I'm trying to say.
I want to talk about floats.
Well, a float.
No.
You know what's funny? How a root beer float only tastes good with anything that resembles root beer. It could be cream soda, which is vanilla.
Okay.
But you got to use vanilla ice cream. It's like hot apple pie or apple strudel. You have to use vanilla ice cream on top.
Okay, that's why I want to talk about a chocolate malted instead.
You know, the
chocolate malted's best.
The
Chocolate's
pairing
best.
the right foods means a lot. You know, certain things just don't. I mean, you can't put chocolate ice cream on a hot apple pie. It doesn't taste right.
Well, when I was young and dumb, I ordered a slow gin fizz with like a certain kind of gin, and they ended up telling me slow gin Finn has its own gin, and that's like bar gin. It's not very good. So I had like Jack. I don't know what's the famous gin.
Tanqueray.
Maybe, or the other, Tanqueray or the other one. I didn't know what I was doing. I was drinking, and my early drinking was some very poor choices and a lot of illness, and I got abandoned somewhere once. I had to get a ride from friends the next day.
To make a slow gin fizz, the bartender has to move like this. Very slow like this.
In the Twilight Zone for your viewing pleasure. Like this. Yes, like this.
I like that. I like that restaurant from Tampa that you posted. Burger Queen, was it?
Yeah, I never heard of it before. I just heard Cheech and Chong make it like a joke or somebody, but stopping at the Burger Queen. Hey, let's go Burger Queen, man. So there really was one. I didn't know that.
So it was a real Floridian fast food place?
I guess so. It looked real to me.
It said broiled hamburger, and it said milkshakes were 19 cents each.
I'll take two.
So that must have been back in the day.
A long time ago in the 40s.
Maybe the 60s, early 60s. But yeah, probably the 50s.
Or the 40s.
You know what? I think it was either the 40s or 50s because I saw the how you call them? The
root beer float?
No, I saw
they have the waitresses that came out on roller skates to the car.
Yeah, cool.
I'm saying, did they? I don't know.
I don't think so.
But the woman's hairstyle on the cartooned image of Burger Queen wearing the crown, her hairstyle was like 1940s to 1950s style.
Sure.
Wearing, what do they call one-piece suit? What do you call the bathing suit that's not a bikini? One piece?
Just one piece. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing like a one piece, which was
what onesie.
Yeah, they didn't really wear their bikinis covered up too much back then. You know, the first bikini in the early 60s.
It wasn't until the 60s came around, right?
Yeah.
The swinging 60s.
Yeah, like the early 60s, like when you had Frankie Avalon and you had those beach blanket bingo fucking movies.
I wonder what it was like back in the day when they didn't have the Brazilian yet.
I don't think the Brazilian came out until the 70s.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering how it was back then. I read the hairy clam.
Yeah. I mean, I guess unless you were actually Brazilian.
Yeah. So I think they started trimming it up in the 80s, maybe.
So.
Yeah, you gotta definitely.
In the
Give it
70s,
trim.
it wasn't just the guys that had a lot of hair. The women did too.
I'm talking about the women only. Guys have nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Talking about women's pussies being
there
shaved
was
in the
like the
70s. It
style for
wasn't as
guys too. You
common.
had long beards, long fucking hair. It was like hair everywhere.
So back to the pussy.
Jordy,
The essence of the matter is pussy is what I'd rather talk about than anything else.
You got to get a girlfriend.
Not what Jordy brought up.
Yes, I do. You're right. Sorry about that, guys. I got one thing on my mind.
You know, I think Jordy's mad because I wouldn't. He wanted to come on during my topics at the beginning of the show.
You say that every week. You say this every week.
and you're still not letting them. Good one, James.
No, I'm not letting them because this is not like a hangout for like goofballs.
It's not a booze hound place, right?
It's not a booze hound hangout. Nope.
No booze hound hangouts here.
Otherwise, people will say, "Well, why do you call it progressive?"
But you would let him in right now, right? You send him the link, but then he doesn't come.
As soon as Mick and you got the link, technically he could come on.
Right. Okay.
But
we had kind of a weird beginning because I went and took a quick break before I came on, and we didn't connect at first.
No, that's okay. You could take breaks.
It's kind of. I'm just saying it was hard to connect, is what I'm trying to tell you tonight.
I wanted you to be comfortable, unless
to believe.
Unless you're really crapping on the toilet for a long time, then we could do a special called shooting the shit.
Oh fuck! I hope I'm not crapping on the toilet. Unfortunately, I know when to push is the problem.
Would you show?
Is Ronnie outside? He's on a balcony. It looks like, or something.
Would you show an image of you sitting on the toilet on?
No, it's not good for my public image, so probably not. I'd ask you not to as well either.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no thanks. That's not a side of me that needs to go public anytime soon.
What do they say? Like once you're out there on the internet, it's out there forever?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to drop trow on camera for anybody. It's not at this point in my life, not ever. I was never going to be a public, displayer of my schwantz. I sent some dick pics a while ago and realized it was a bad thing to do after I did it, so I stopped. I did it like at least twice, maybe 3 times at the most, and it was a bad idea.
You know what's bad?
Never send a dick pic to any women. They don't want them. They don't like you if you do it.
when girls do it, and then the whole school finds out, the whole school sees,
and then the girls commit suicide. Oh, it's horrible.
Well, the whole school sees their naked photos.
Yeah, but don't you remember that's happening? A couple girls have committed suicide over that.
Yeah, because they
were so humiliated.
The whole community.
They weren't porn stars. They were just.
Well,
that's not right.
Porn star is porn star, but I'm talking about regular chicks, like from everyday.
I'm talking about that they didn't like it because they're not porn stars. Is what I said.
Yeah, it's not becoming. It doesn't make a man look respectable.
Where did Ronnie go to take?
Well, I think
dinner. Where's Ronnie?
I think Ronnie went to either the bathroom or he went to get a beverage, but I hope he's not getting alcohol. You know?
I'm resisting having alcohol right now because I think I'd go to sleep if I had drinks to go with what I've smoked, eaten. I don't think I should. No, you don't want to do that. I'm not.
Am I to understand that you just had the one edible and no alcoholic, no drinks tonight?
No. Yesterday I had two heavy duty beers, and caught a buzz. They were like the 9.9%. I had 2 of those and was buzzed. And I went to bed and I woke up a little bit too early, but I'm okay. And then I had an edible after dinner. And I've been just barely going a lot. Sorry, I've been yawning quite a lot because that's what happens when you're on an edible.
I got up super late today. Yeah.
I envy you. Sometimes when I'm lying in bed, I feel I have those are the most aches and pains in my life is when I'm in bed. I can feel them all, and they keep me awake. It's bad.
The good thing about now, it depends on, you don't always have control over how you're sleeping. If you're on your right side, your left side.
I could dream that I've got pain in something and wake up and not have pain in it. It's real weird.
Like if you get up, okay, and you start walking around, the blood starts circulating, and and the synovial fluid starts flowing in your joints, and the pains go away once you start walking around. And also,
bad connection.
Oh, you lost my audio? You look like you're ready to pass out, man. Oof. Your eyes are droopy. You look like you're ready to pass out. You must be very tired. Hey, where's Ronnie? Where the hell is he? Nobody urinates that long. Hey, Western Mike, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? There he is. Sometimes Western Mike doesn't want any panelists on his show. He doesn't want any guest hosts or co-hosts or anything. Sometimes he does.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna ask him. I was gonna ask you something, Mom. Yeah, Mick froze. You can tell. There he is. Hey. Hello.
Hi. We don't seem to be able to stream continuously. There's always going to be an interruption. The NSA is always going to interrupt us.
We know what the funny thing is? When it's working at your house, Mick, your video quality is nice, high definition, your audio is perfect. It's not like that there's like a real permanent problem with your Wi-Fi connection, because like when it's working, it's perfect.
No, yeah, it's fine.
And then it goes like it
goes zonkers in a snap, and I can't hear you. You can't hear me.
Or you froze.
Yes.
You froze, and yeah, you look very tired. I have a feeling. My prediction is
from the sleeper, from the edible.
Your eyeballs.
Well, it's exhausting dealing with the phone keep cutting out and shit.
Yeah. Plus, I had 2 drinks last night, so I had a little mini hangover in the morning. A tiny itty bitty one.
He had 2 9% craft
beers.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I like to.
The beer master?
No, I was drinking alone, all by myself. Nobody drinks alone but me. Isn't that how the song goes? I drink alone. Yeah, that's some strong beer, and you have to piss a lot when you drink it.
Did you watch a good movie on your big screen last night?
I watched Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime, which is one of my new favorites.
You know what I watched today?
Jack Reacher, the guy's he's a huge guy and he beats the shit out of people. It's kind of interesting.
Park today.
Would you watch Ryan?
Park. And no, it's not Jack Reacher, it's Jack Reacher.
How many Jurassic Parks did they make? I
watched the original. That's the best one.
The one with Newman from Seinfeld?
Yes. Yeah. He's the best character.
Yeah, he is.
Great character.
Last name
I'm
is
back. I'm back. I'm
His
back.
first name is
Back in the USSR.
You took Nedry is his last
I
name.
tried to watch them. They're not for me. I'm against them. I ain't for them.
What? Jurassic Park? That's the dating game theme song. Anyway, yeah, it must
What
be
do you
very-
think, James, about Wheel of Fortune? They took away Pat Sajak, right? The forced him into retirement.
He didn't die. They got rid of him.
He's still alive.
What about Vanna White? I guess she was
She's
getting
still
old.
there. No, she's still there.
Wonder what happened with Pat Sajak. He was there for so long.
They forced him into retirement.
They forced him into retirement, but they won't force Vanna White into retirement.
No.
But women age, in as far as like the entertainment industry, like women age much faster than men. Like they become obsolete or.
Yeah, but she was gonna sue them or something. And then she sued them to get paid as much.
And she got her job back too?
She sued them to get paid as much as Sajak was being paid.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
I don't think she got that.
But she don't talk. All she does is rub her fingertips along the wheel and point and smile like this. She doesn't talk. Pat Sajak is doing all the talking.
Yeah.
Why should she get the same? You know, this really burns my ass. You know, this feminism bullshit. If your job does not equal the job of the man that's being paid much more than you, then you're not qualified. You're not entitled to get paid the same amount as the man.
No.
You know, that's probably something you should just think but not say out loud, James. Women aren't going to flock to us when you say that out loud. It's true, but it's not going to attract them at all. They're not going to go. They're not going to agree wholeheartedly with us and shake our hand.
Yeah,
just saying.
But one of the traits of being a Sigma or an alpha man is to tell
or a beta.
Yeah, okay.
A beta. In other words, you can't be. You gotta like.
No pussyfooting around.
No, you command respect when you tell it like it is.
But you don't want to be too harshly realistic for them and criticize them.
But that's real. If they want to get paid the same, they have to do the job.
I worked with plenty that were paid more than me.
Do they do the job?
I've had like at least half a dozen women bosses in my career.
Yeah, I know it's not uncommon.
I'm not a like yes dear anything.
Yeah, I had half a dozen. Yeah, I had half a dozen women bosses, and I never was buddies with any of them.
No. Once they get a little bit of power.
That's what I have to say about that.
And they always
get power mad.
They always abuse men.
They always pick favorites. The women always pick favorites of their employees.
Office politics, and they threaten guys that are under them. They threaten, you better do it this way or else. You better do it that way or else.
Unless they like you.
Unless
you're on their good side.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful. Those inter-office romances go south real quick, and you're stuck at work with them.
Yes, they do, without a doubt.
Got to be careful.
That's another dirty double standard too. With the you know, if you say something nice, you try to make a date with somebody in the office, and then they fire you.
Well, you can't even.
Oh, you got to be real careful dating someone at work. The normal rule of thumb is not to date someone you work with. Right. I've done it, but you really shouldn't.
In Manhattan, the guy held the door open for his coworker, who was a woman.
And he sued her. She sued him
for sexual harassment for looking at her the wrong way.
Oh my God!
She said that.
Did she lose?
He only held the door open so that he could look at her ass.
Did she lose?
I don't know.
I'd roll the dice and say she lost.
That would
be dismissed from court. That's just an opinion.
That was her perception of what happened. That's not reality.
But that's what she sued him for.
Like if a woman says, "Oh, he undressed me with his eyes," Well,
Arrest him. He's undressed me with his eyes. He gave me a dirty. He made me feel dirty when he looked at me. Okay, arrest him. If that was the case, I'd be arrested a long time ago.
In Manhattan, this is a Manhattan case.
But then,
Oh,
if they
they're-
don't, but then if they don't get attention from men, they complain. Like, you know, they complain. They complain no matter what, gentlemen. I mean, you know,
It's a tough generation, you know, to live in here. It really is.
yeah. And like you said, like you
Men
said last time,
for straight males.
the dating thing.
I hope I don't have a bloody nose.
The dating. Oh, I had
fuck.
that earlier. The dating scene is horrible, and
I don't think I do. I'm paranoid. I could get that.
And you were saying, what were you saying before?
I told you last week. Remember
the last thing you said?
What?
Who, me?
No, Ronald.
I said I feel bad for Western Mike. Going through
Okay. Me too. No, before that, we were talking about women's perception, women complaining about things that don't. Women making claims of things.
false claim, or maybe not even false. It's just a ridiculous claim.
Yeah. Do you know Jennifer Lopez is she got furious at the South Park depiction of her in that episode where they did J-Lo.
Yeah, it was. They have like a big ass.
Yeah, the way everything about it. She hated it. So, you know, as she fired employees that were singing the song on South Park when J-Lo was, when Cartman was doing that song.
Wow, I'm being tested by.
It was
God doesn't want me to talk bad about him, apparently, or something.
Flavor, taco. The song was called Taco Flavored Kisses, and she fired employees for
Taco Colombo.
No, it's just Nick. It's funny as hell. It was the episode where they had their
Well, that's happened to me often.
Cartoon version of Jennifer Lopez. It's absolutely.
They have like permission to do it, or they just went ahead, and that's why she got mad.
No, they just do it. They just do it. Ron.
So, yeah.
And they did it with.
She didn't like the way she was portrayed.
They do it with Barbara Streisand. They do it with everybody. And Ben Affleck was on that episode, the cartoon version of Ben Affleck.
Who does the voice though? Who does the voice of the cartoon?
Not them. Not they have somebody else do it. Or try to do it.
Sure.
It's really fucking funny. And then they had the one where they're making fun of people from New Jersey based on the Jersey Shore show. They were like mocking the Jersey Shore show. They had an episode about that. That was really freaking funny. That was.
Do you think that portrays you, James? That show?
Sounds good.
Do
you have any family members that hang out at the
to a certain extent. Where? No, I'm doing the usual. I'm going by my sisters for the holiday.
No, I said, do you have any family members that go to the Jersey Shore?
Not anymore. Not since there's like all kinds of riffraff walking up and down the boardwalk. The Seaside Heights is where the Jersey Shore show takes place, and there's all kinds of like, there's like these dudes with their underwear sticking out of their jeans, and and they're walking like primates. They're walking like primates, almost like.
Hey, take it easy with that.
Well, they are. I was always against the ghetto.
Yeah, but you sound sexist and racist. You don't want to do that. Slow your roll on all that. All I'm saying
why
is.
would it be sexist?
Before then, the earlier comments were sexist. These comments are now racist. I urge the panel to rethink its current train of thought.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
There's nothing positive about people from the hood. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I get you. The guy, the lazy person, white, black, or red, whatever. But it is Christmas. Can't we talk about the best of mankind? Let's wait till after New Year's is first. That's all I'm saying.
Why
Take the
would
high
that be
road.
after New Year's though?
Because I want to have a happy Christmas.
A New Year's,
About horrible
you
things.
should have a happy New Year too.
Yeah, we'll have no New Year's fine. I don't want to air dirty laundry right now. I just want to feel the Christmas spirit about me. I don't feel it yet, guys.
What
Do you
about
have any New
Krampus?
Year's
What about
resolution?
Krampus?
The Krampus spirit's heavy amongst us. Yes.
What about my mentor, Krampus, that goes around torturing?
That's your mentor.
Torturing kids on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Torturing people that deserve it.
So they say Krampus, he has different techniques. Sometimes he captures the kid in a bag.
Oh.
Sometimes he just eats the kid.
Oh.
Sometimes he gives the kid lashings, right?
Yeah, he's German. He's like a German. He's a German demon. Yeah,
I know. And there's some. I think in Austria they said that he would fly on the sleigh with Santa. They would fly.
Only in Austria he did that. Nowhere else in the world.
No, because it's a German Austrian
folklore
thing. Yeah, folklore.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, what I was referring to was the behavior and look of the criminal element.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If
you mentioned their underwear,
I'd
rather talk about women's underwear half off.
Maybe they are women.
I'm saying I want to talk about having women's underwear half off instead. I'd like to.
Yeah, but if I talk about female manners and sexual manners, then you're gonna say sexism.
No. Just earlier, we don't want to be. I said you don't want to be perceived as sexist. I didn't say you were sexist.
I just want to say, that's Democratic Party neoliberalism that talks about.
So you think I'm a neoliberal because I said don't do that too much? Being a realist, by the way, that you won't attract ladies saying that often.
Realist.
But I don't want. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to tell them what they want to hear if it's not true. You know, it's like,
I don't say kiss their ass, but man, I've yawned about 1,000 times. I'm really because of the edible.
Yeah.
What kind of edible did you have?
It's the type
chocolate. It was a good one. It made me pretty high.
The two different strains, like one kind of stimulates you, the other one it gets you high, but it makes you tired and lazy and you go to sleep.
You know,
I'm like a combo then because I'm feeling like a tired genius right now.
I hate to say it, but New York City and Chicago really need a hardcore Republican mayor. Because you can't.
So you don't like Eric Adams, then you're telling me?
No, I don't. You can't rule.
So is he in trouble with the law? Permanently, is he in trouble with the law?
Yeah, with Turkey.
What? Because he took bribes from another country.
He's in cahoots with the government of Turkey for some reason.
That is against the law.
Yeah.
Wow. But he was going to give them preferential
I don't know.
immigration.
What is it with Turkey?
Why did he go to?
Yeah.
Why
I bet he was going to, for money, he was going to give them visas into the country.
Money, but so then
New York.
What is it that Turkey wants out of him? That's the really
to be their puppet.
Why is Turkey willing to give him
to be their puppet in the U.S.? They want to enter U.S. politics with a puppet.
And when after Hamas did what they did, Eric Adams went to visit Netanyahu in Israel. What the hell is the mayor of New York going there for?
I don't know. That's kind of a strange one. Maybe he wants to show us pro-Israel at the time with a quick visit. I don't know.
You mean votes to get the Jewish vote?
Why does the mayor have to do that? Like,
so Eric Adams did that as a political move to get votes, is what you're telling me, James?
It had to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, to get the Jewish vote in New York, yeah.
Curtis Sliwa should have won. Curtis Sliwa, brother Sliwa, Guardian Angels. He should have.
Yeah,
won.
they're not going to put the Guardian in charge of New York City. I don't think ever, are they, James?
They're not now.
The Guardians are like an alternative politics, isn't it?
Maybe
Isn't it Rebel? Guardian? Isn't Guardian Rebel and Alien?
Well, the people of the inner city, they don't vote for the very, very best candidate. The people of the inner city vote for
They vote for whoever's going to give them the most free shit.
Whoever's going to give them the most free shit. Exactly.
Excellent.
Exactly. That was a good point, Ronnie. That's
way to go, you two. You economic geniuses. Way to go.
In layman's terms.
In the hood, brother. In the hood.
And they also
all about it. All about it. Scream and shout it. I'm all about it.
They also vote for their own people.
Your own people. Okay. Well, I didn't. The mayor in Chicago was the guy that was running. Lost. That should have won. Paul Vallis. They have some idiot in that's a protege of the lesbian, and he's an idiot too. And he's people looting. Well, the young, they need to express themselves. He tried that with somebody, and they fucking read him the riot act. I can't remember who.
You mean the Beetlejuice mayor with the eyeballs that were real far apart?
Yeah. This guy's but this guy's a moron. He won by because not enough people showed up for the other guy. The other guy should have campaigned more. Everyone thought he had it in the bag. He was like a reasonable one, and this guy's just kind of a moron. This mayor is going to be one term also. He's not doing anything to.
The one that
I didn't deal with her. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot. Yeah, that's her.
Lori.
She sounds like an American Indian, Lightfoot. She was an idiot. She was not a very smart politician.
That's probably not even her real name.
She wasn't a smart politician. She let a lot of things bad happen in the city under her watch, like Chirac and other shit. It was under her watch. She's not a good mayor. Chirac, or the way they call it, the murders, she moved out as soon as there was one murder. She was staying in the ghetto, and the word is that she moved out that night when someone was shot. Lori Lightfoot.
I don't blame her.
She sucked.
Would you want to stay there if somebody?
I wouldn't have gone there at first, so I don't have to worry about staying there. I'm not sleeping over somewhere where I'm not wanted. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I had this crazy iced tea. I don't know if my stomach got upset because of that or what I ate, but I had one of these things. It was called Death Quench or something. It's called Grim Leafer.
Death Quench.
What was on that?
Grim Reaper. Be careful. Be careful of drinking something called Grim Reaper.
Grim Leafer.
Grim Leafer?
It's the
yeah, it's a tea. It's a tea. It's called Grim Leafer.
Oh, okay.
Kills your thirst, it says.
I thought you were saying it was one of the marijuana infused drinks.
No, they don't sell marijuana unhinged at this. You have to go to the dispensary, and I haven't found any good. The drinks that Mike Hilton had, I was envious. He had like different good-looking drinks. Mine were like these boring ones. They didn't have a big variety.
He had high percentage cannabis infused
drinks.
Soda,
yeah, they don't have that over here. They don't offer that in this town.
So.
Yeah, I guess so.
California, Oregon, Washington, state of Washington.
Those states, they've been doing it for years.
Oh.
It's been legal there
Colorado.
for over 10 years.
Colorado was the first to legal.
but right after Colorado was the West Coast.
How many states are marijuana? When is Biden going to sign marijuana into federal law as an executive order? He needs to release anyone in prison for pot events that didn't involve any murders.
Yeah, nonviolent. Yeah,
nonviolent pot offenses. Release them.
Are there still people in jail for nonviolent pot offenses?
I'm sure there's some.
Yeah.
I want to be able to walk around outside with a corncob pipe sticking out of my mouth with
yes, that's for sure.
What?
Yeah, your mouth, not your ass. That's for sure.
No, not the pipe in my ass.
I know. I said you don't want that.
James, you don't want to get a pipe in the ass.
I was trying to eyes, and you're like, no, that's not for me. Yeah, I don't mean it.
That's not for me.
Let's not talk about the male parts, are there, gentlemen?
Oh, that was, by the way, that was my
That's a good
line. I had to
impression.
stop you guys. You're like, let's talk about dicks. Let's talk about men's dicks right now. No thanks.
No,
So you guys don't like when I don't want to. So you think that's democratic there, James, when I'm trying to steer it away from dick?
No,
So
when
I
you
think
tell me,
it's
when you
just.
tell me not to express certain opinions.
But you expressed them already, and I was thinking that was enough. Don't express it anymore. Don't make a night of it, is my point. You've expressed your opinion, and
make the point. And,
what?
In other words, make the point and end it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it is the time difference. Wow, Mick freezes. You know.
In the time zones?
No, time freezing. Like he freezes up, right? We don't hear what Mick says.
I'm free of charge now. Can you hear me?
Seconds later.
I hear you.
But then he can't really hear us. That's why.
Right. His video froze on my end, but I hear him.
Yeah,
Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy?
Actually, this is a good image for him to use as an avatar. Like he's got his mouth like that. This is how you what you're doing.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not that bad, by the way. My smile's not that wide. I'm not drooling over here.
This one,
No,
this
that's
one
how
right
you
here.
froze.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You look extremely happy.
Well, I took an edible. It does make me happy when I do those.
You
Yeah.
should take edibles more often.
Happiness.
No.
Happiness.
No. I have penis will draw. I wonder what's wrong with that, not having a vagina in my life. I mean, I miss it.
Well,
Yeah, I miss vagina. I miss women. Yeah, women.
Slices of rare roast
But the
beef,
problem is when you go for a woman, you throw any prohibitions out the windows and hers. That's what happens most of the time.
You're right about that.
Yeah, yours are here's a history. Hers are the rule of the day. All her opinions and hobbies and shit.
You know what? You know what a perfect. I know it's a satire. It's a sitcom. Perfect example of a wife, even though she's attractive, and you get sex. Supposedly, when you're married, you got to make appointments to get sex. You know, it's not like. You know,
I don't know. I've never been married, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, when you first date, you know, it's different. You know, so
I've never done that.
Is that Raymond show? The woman.
Something about Raymond.
Yeah, everybody
from Long Island, right?
Yes, everybody loves Raymond from Long Island. Some place called Lynbrook.
That's a real town. Yeah, it is.
Lynbrook.
He was on Bill Maher.
Ray Romano?
Yeah, he was kind of funny a little bit. Some of the stuff he said was funny when he met his wife, he called her house and mom said she's not here. And then the Italian mom from Italy said to him on the phone, "But are you hungry?" So that was pretty funny when he said it.
Well, Italians, the good thing about them is they're not stingy when it comes to feeding you or offering you food.
And he said that he lived with his mother till he was 29 when he got married, and he said Italian mothers don't want to let their sons leave. That's kind of incestuous sounding, doesn't it? The Greek women, Greek people are like that too. They don't want the sons to leave. They feel they have
the mothers get jealous.
Mediterranean.
The mothers are jealous of all the sons' dates, all the sons' girlfriends.
Possibly, yeah, and hate them all.
That's a little sicko when you think about it.
Yeah,
it's a little sicko, you know.
Yeah, sure, okay.
You know, it's like that's where they got that idea for the show.
It's a cultural thing, though.
It was from his real life experience. The mother tries to sabatage every girlfriend he has.
Especially his brother, right? His brother, he's a cop.
He's funny.
So Ray Romano said on the air, without the parents, he couldn't redo it. He needed the actors that passed away.
Those are his real parents.
He said he's never. No, they weren't.
Peter
Boyle and those weren't his real parents. You're
Peter
funny.
Boyle and the woman who
Did
played
we really
Maria
go
were
to the
funny as
moon?
hell.
I don't pay attention to that.
When they died, look, I don't blame him. I wouldn't do the show anymore either. When he passed away is when it ended. When Peter Boyle got
That was
sick
a dad?
and he was the father. But he's
How old
funny
was
as
Peter
hell.
Boyle when he died? Not very old, was he?
How old?
70? He wasn't
I
that
don't
old.
know.
Yeah, he
Then
wasn't that
eventually
old.
she died.
Yeah,
Her name was Doris.
Yeah, she
Then
died
she
a while
died.
back.
The actor died?
That's one thing we have in common. We're all gonna die.
So both of
But-
his parents died, the actors.
But Robert Barone,
That was his brother, right?
the brother, he's the whole, in my opinion, he's the funniest part of the whole
You
show.
can't do the show again without the parents.
Yeah, the
I heard
parents.
them
are like,
saying some TV. Hey, on Bill Maher, they said some of the TV, like Archie Bunker, if they did it nowadays, it couldn't be shown because people would be so offended.
Yeah, no, it'd just be stupid.
Yeah,
It's-
fuck them.
They complain about so much shit, so yeah. But
That's pretty close-minded, in my opinion.
if
Yeah,
they
fuck
can
that,
bring
fuck
back Everybody Loves Raymond, say like they did in the first episode, they kind of say that the parents had passed away earlier on, and that's why they're not going to be part of the show anymore. And it could be him and his brother.
Oh,
Him and his brother, right?
Well, they could.
I
They
have
could have.
Oh, good news, guys. Excuse me. I've got a match online with someone that I'm never going to meet. Sorry, it was so urgent. So meet your new carousel match that's never going to talk to you on the phone or anything.
Who uses the word carousel? The cock carousel.
Zeus.
Oh, Zeus.
They want you there. And most of these women live far away or are too tall for me. I don't want
You know
anyone
what?
that's taller than me.
How
I dated
tall are
a
you?
couple. I'm like 5'6" and a half.
You know
So I
what?
need a woman
You
that's
know
like 5'3" or 5'5". That's what I'm looking for. Not 5'7" or 5'8".
You don't want them to be taller than you, yeah.
No, I've already done it, and I'm done doing that. I need someone smaller than me.
You know what pissed me off about Zeus? They made so many demands in their profile.
And They,
Like
and
they
also,
wanted-
they kept saying so and so wants to meet you. I never met anyone in person. It's fake, and I wrote that on my profile. So does anybody meet in real life anymore?
What they say?
Not much.
It happens, but you have to click. Listen, if you can't get them to talk to you on video chat, you're not gonna meet them in person.
I had
because-
someone talk to me at the grocery store, a woman, and then I tried to make the conversation go further, and she kind of dismissed it. She was just going to say something to me, and that was it. I mean, she was a live woman. I don't know if she had a husband and kids, but she said, "Oh, so many eggs to choose from," and I don't remember. I'm pretty sure she was married, and I said, I don't know, but I didn't look. I didn't have a good look. So I was told I was looking for jumbo eggs. There's only one thing of jumbo eggs. The rest are extra large. I like jumbo eggs.
Well, that don't mean anything, you know.
I don't like quail eggs. You got to mix those with real eggs if you're gonna do that. Don't straight quail eggs don't taste as good as real eggs.
If the jumbo eggs are organically free range,
I don't think they're
chicken.
organic. I don't know what they are.
I always get free range for a reason. Now they don't
Well,
have jumbo.
I can't get the jumbo in one kind. One jumbo eggs they're white and they're from some farm. That's all I know.
I like a big ass egg. I probably would love.
I don't know.
ostrich.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they have a. What about you said duck eggs? What does a duck egg omelet taste like? Pretty strange. Need a lot of cheese or something or spice.
I've had preserved duck egg from a Chinese market, Asian market.
But I wonder if you made a duck egg omelet, what it would taste like.
I would love to try a duck egg or a goose egg omelet.
Well, the thing I never got to try was the duck egg fat for the fries. I heard they're out of this world.
Oh, the duck fat?
I know that can't be a health food recommended by any doctor to try it, but I'd like to try it once.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of top chefs prefer to use duck fat, and duck has a lot of fat. Duck fat is good. better than lard or chicken fat.
So duck fat is more plentiful than chicken fat. Duck are built differently. They're a lot thicker fat because they're out in the wild, right? They need that fat to keep them warm.
They're waterfowl. They need more
Yeah.
fat
Yeah.
on their body. Maybe the same thing with a goose. Maybe a goose has a lot of thick layer of fat.
So they need more fat so they can float, right?
Well, they just need to get insulin.
What about the hen?
Yeah. What?
So that if you guys could get to that Amazon Prime and see that new Jack Reacher season, you won't be disappointed. It's quite good. He's a badass
James,
motherfucker.
did you see on Facebook, Paul posted this thing in New York that there was a subway that was bombed yesterday.
Oh, for real?
A subway station, yeah.
Oh shit!
And he said to check out. There's a movie that came out this year, and it was directed by Obama. He said it's on Netflix.
Directed by.
Okay, what are the special instructions are there to go with this? Okay, go to that, look for Obama's film, and then what happens?
And watch it.
Okay.
Sounds like
Thank you for the recommendation.
Sounds interesting that Obama was directing the film.
Obama's film. I missed his film. I haven't heard he's had one.
I never heard about it before, but it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. Obama's film.
And it's supposed to be talking about the end of the world. Something like that.
Okay, thanks. I really don't want to talk about that either.
What do you think?
A lot of subjects I'm saying no to tonight, and that's one of them.
Well, I am very pleased that NASA has discovered a way to deflect doomsday asteroids to make them take a different path, like the ones that are.
Yeah, because didn't they say some were going to head to the U.S. or to the Earth? I've heard that. We were on the collision with large asteroids. They were able to divert them?
Now
how did we do it? With rockets or with...
Well, with
dinosaurs.
Missiles. With dinosaurs?
So with missiles,
They said Brontosaurus is with missiles.
Brontosaurus Rex.
Oh.
James, I haven't seen you pull that thing out in a while.
Keep it in your pants. Don't pull it out, Ronnie.
You haven't taken that little instrument.
Don't take it out, guys. Leave it in your pants. This is a family show.
I haven't seen you playing that in maybe like a year.
The male flute? Skin flute or the male organ?
Because I feel a tad bit sensitive.
You did that, played something less than a year ago. I don't know what it was.
Maybe not a whole year, but it's been a while.
It's been a long time since you rock and roll.
We're talking about deflection, yes.
We used to do it on Ronald's show, right?
On Ron, yeah. You know why I do it on Ronald's show? Because people are too serious with this beer review.
Them up.
They're too serious, like robotic. You know, like
Mr. Roboto.
What is the born like Michael Komarov? What date?
Are we not men? We are Devo.
What is the born on date? What date was the born on date? What is the born on date? Born on date. Born on date. Born on date. Born on date.
Okay, guys. What is the porn on date? The porn on date?
Porn on date?
Well,
porn on date.
What's the other question they always have too? What is the ABV?
Oh. What is the ABV? What is the ABV? Oh, what's the?
Oh, you got to keep going with this bit, eh? It doesn't die. It's going to be on all night. The AB bit. ABA, ABA. I will dominate.
What is the bitterness? What do they call that? The IBU?
IBUs.
IBU. B, born on date, A, B, B, born on date, born on date, born on date.
Porn on date, the porn on date, put the porn on a date. Oh, the porn on date. Porn on date is what I'd rather deal with. The porn on date. What's the porn on date? What was the porno made?
Alex, the beer masturbator, and Jordy just wants to talk about booze.
No, Jordy's cool though. He's not like.
No, he's cool.
I want to wear sunglasses at night. He's real cool.
I mean, he gets a little fucked up, but he's cool.
I only wear sunglasses at night. Who was that? Corey Haim? Corey Stewart? Corey Kilpatrick? I don't know who the fuck that was. Some porno chick friend requested me on Facebook, and I looked and she's got tons of stuff, so I said okay. She's built like a brick shipyard. I don't know if it's real, but it looks.
So you said okay?
If she's willing to get acquainted with you and not try to sell you anything, then I would say be her friend. But if she right away wants to sell you stuff, no, not a good sign.
Like Bitcoin? Don't buy Bitcoin from anybody.
Bitcoin. You have to. Do they really bite it before they sell it? No. Bitcoin. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Mick, why can't
we lost Mick.
Why can't we be friends? You are a worthless piece of shit.
What do you? Don't sing. That's not my song. It's not my fault we're having technical difficulties. If you're calling me a worthless piece of shit, I deny it.
Magnifiers. Oh, now it sounds like Robert.
Can you hear me, guys?
He sounds like God. Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
How do I sound now? Listen, folks.
Hello, can you hear me?
Listen, yes, I hear you. Listen very carefully. We are in control. Do not attempt to use any of the buttons on your phone or desktop. We will tell you the truth.
Sounds like Rush 2112. We are in control.
We will educate your mind. We will direct you. You need guidance. The youth of humanity needs guidance. You guys like my nice bright LED lantern in case the electricity goes out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh. They say never stare into an LED.
They say don't stare into the sun.
Yeah, and don't stare directly into it.
What is the song, James?
Hey, then why are you showing that to us if we're not supposed to stare into it? Why should we?
Don't stare into the sun.
Don't be showing me that. I reject Satan in all of his works.
Damn it, James. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
Smoking in the boys' room.
The rock song from the 70s says, "Don't stare directly into the sunlight."
Isn't that Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun?
No.
Are you shaving, James, or what are you doing there?
Yeah, I'm using my little.
Your little shaver? Okay. I'm going to attempt to go downstairs again and see if we stay connected.
Required, James?
I'm sorry, what that?
No shaving cream required?
No, not with this.
I don't like electric razors. They don't get close enough for me.
And they give you razor balls.
Yeah.
But you know what the secret is? You got to go against the grain. Against.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Don't you want to get that fresh blade to the face?
I use a blade. Not use a blade. Now, would you believe? I even told Ronald Theriot.
Whoa!
I've been using one side of a Wilkinson sword blade for 2 months.
You're lucky. I used to be able to do that, but I don't shave as much as I used to, so it's a tougher beard.
Let me tell you why it doesn't get
Wait,
dull.
what is it though, James? What is it called?
I use the old-fashioned two-edged blade.
What is it called?
It's called the Wilkinson sword razor blade. Well,
Yes. So
let me tell you why.
why doesn't it get dull?
Why doesn't I'm still using one side of the blade. And it's
So
not
you're going against the grain, is what you're going to tell
I'm
us, all
going
right?
against the grain, but that's not why it doesn't get dull. It's not. It's going strong for 2 months, and you know why?
Why?
My brother-in-law told me I spray it down with rubbing alcohol, the whole blade. Every time I use it, I spray it down with rubbing alcohol, and that prevents any oxidation of water on the blade, and the blade doesn't get dull.
Ah, wow.
So I got 2 months going on one.
So you spray alcohol
I'll be
on
right
it?
back.
Yeah, when I use it, it's when
Okay.
you're done using it, it's wet, right? So I spray it down with alcohol.
I never heard of that before. That sounds interesting.
And I let it dry, and guess what? It stays sharp.
Thank you for that tip. My eyes look like slits, don't they? I look like someone punched me out.
You look like Charlie Chan.
Sorry, I have weed eyes really bad. I mean,
now just picture this. Let's say you like to use the expensive quadruple bladed blade.
Oh, those things. You got to be careful. You're going to get a quadruple cut if you're not careful. You're pressing too hard.
If you press too hard. Well, if you spray that sucker down with alcohol, then you let me know how long you can go.
Okay, I'll try it. I have that Harry's, and Harry's has been okay. It has lasted a while. I don't spray with alcohol.
Yeah, let me get my blade over here. I'll show you.
So,
well, I can't.
When are we signing off for the night?
Soon.
Okay, because we've been on a long time. You know that, right? I've hung in through lots of false starts. That's no one's fault. That I had to come back to the show like 6 times, maybe. I'm persistent though, man. But
you know what? Not Ronnie. What the hell is his name again? Tommy Carroll.
Tommy Carroll?
Tommy Carroll says he heard you loud and clear when I had you on, when I had the telephone.
So if I want to call in, it might be a better connection. Yeah.
It's a different connection.
I guess.
Yeah,
before I call in, it'd be better, you're saying? Well, it would only be good if there was the two of us, because I could not hear. I couldn't hear. What's his name?
You see. Yeah, you can't hear any of the other people.
No, only
that's right. They're right.
With. So I wouldn't. So if you're going to have 3 people on, have one of them be on the phone, they're not going to hear unless I have a radio I could turn on. And you don't want that. You don't want me to have the radio on while you're talking to me at the same time. That would fuck everything up.
That would be bad. See, I don't care. I don't care if your video freezes, because we already know who you are. But
yeah, I understand. But the problem is usually when the video, so does the audio. They're not one or the other.
Well, right now you're freezing, but your audio is perfect.
Yeah, I know. If I would have called in, I wouldn't have heard Ronnie at all. It was like, roll. That's all I could hear.
That's very true.
If you want to do a call in, it can only be one person.
That's true. It can only be a one-on-one show.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's true, because I wouldn't be able to hear Ronnie. Ronnie might hear me, maybe. I don't know. If you had your phone on speaker, you'd hear it. So this new job, they give me and then they give me an idea of doing a bunch of work, and I couldn't get it all done, and I just signed off. They gave me new accounts. They gave me stuff without information on it. It was wrong, and I had to fix it and tell somebody about it. And it was a very stressful. I ended up calling the guy that trained me. That's the tariff number I gave you earlier. That's the kind of day I was having, a very stressful day. Self-created, I don't know, but that was bad when I called him. I felt kind of stupid. but it's just the kind of day I'm having, and I struggled through it. You know,
So the
it's a
terror,
paperless environment too. You got to be very careful. I almost sent one email. I deleted it, so I'm taking more time as a builder. I'm not just your reactions. So I think I'm doing better.
yeah, when it
You
comes to
know,
monetary numbers, when it comes to numbers, and it's a paperless situation, you got to be very precise. Like with accounting, you can't make mistakes. I
yeah, it's
mean, one
tough.
one
I don't. Paperless environment's not my favorite. I got to
one,
admit, but I'm
one
adjusting to
decimal
it.
one decimal point or comma in the wrong place, one digit.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you got to really pay attention to what you do. All right, let me
Oh,
get this out of the way. Okay, here's the rubbing alcohol in the spray bottle. I
yeah.
got this I got a bunch
How
of these
much
at a
water
dollar.
in that rubbing alcohol?
No, it's regular 70% alcohol. You know, that's
Oh,
all.
so it's a strong
Anyway,
mix. Okay.
yeah. No, it's standard. 70% is standard. And then they have
Oh, it's from the
90%. But
store
anyway,
bought.
you
Okay.
see, I deliberately put the cable tie so I know which side of the blade I'm using. So
Oh, good one.
I've been using this blade only. I haven't even gotten to the other side yet. This blade for
Good
2
one. Your
months.
brother-in-law at times, eh?
Okay, razor sharp. It's not getting dull over 2 months. And why?
So
Because
alcohol's stopping it from oxidization.
every time I use it,
How did you get the alcohol spray yourself?
no, I just pour it in. You know, this
So you
comes
made
out.
your mix,
No, I buy it in the store. Rubbing alcohol.
but they don't sell it in the spray bottles. My point is to make a spray
No,
bottle.
I got the spray bottles I have to get.
Yeah.
No, they don't sell it in the spray bottle. I pour it in, but slowly. Anyway, because of the alcohol, it's not getting dull. So I mean,
Cool.
and I got a whole bag full of Wilkinson sword blades to last me
You'll be
like
shaving from now until Armageddon.
to Armageddon. I mean, I don't think I'll ever go through.
You're into the world with that.
I
You're
don't think I'll
set
ever
for life, I think.
Right. I don't think I'll ever go through. I'll never go through the blades I have.
Never again. I watched some weird thing on Amazon Prime about a asteroid. It's called, and it was pretty weird. It had some stars in it, but it was weird. Bryan Cranston. They had Matt Dillon was in it. They had was it Natasha? What's the one? The beautiful redhead from Marvel. O'Hare, whatever. What's her name? She's beautiful. Shit. Oh,
The real redhead?
the beautiful one. What's her? Whatever her name is. I knew it when I saw her. She's beautiful.
Does the carpet match the drapes? Is she a real redhead?
I don't know. Scarlett O'Hara. Sure, she's in it. She's in that. So that makes it
Scarlett O'Hanson.
Scarlett O'Hara from. Isn't that her name? The one. Scarlett Johansson. Isn't that her name?
Johansson.
Yeah. She's gorgeous. I love her.
Well, a redhead's pubic hairs
right.
are straight. They're like redheads and Northern European girls.
I don't think she's a natural redhead. I'm just going out on a limb here.
They don't have any curl in their pubic hairs. They're straight.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, that's a weird looking bush. You gotta really trim that fucker, eh?
I might as well buzz it because it's straight. It's like it's not an attractive pubic hair.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like the women of color have the tight, kinky pubic hairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
They might
good
be
looking
smart. The right area.
It's a good looking pube.
Kind of colors.
Down the right areas. Women, each areas for both of you to have fun.
You going bye-bye?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Till I or what?
What?
You think I'm going to oblivion soon?
Friends, well, can we be friends when? That's the Democratic Party. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? What
That's
is?
a 70s
What do they want to be
tune.
friends with? The Republicans?
No, they
Right
they think
now,
they're gonna be friends.
hey, right now on the TV, I've got it paused because we're talking, and it's the tape extended version. That'd be like torture if I had to sit and watch that. She's not my
Can't
type of
stand it.
music at all. She's not. She's
Why do
not
you
like
think Taylor Swift is popular?
All the teeny bopper girls
because the
like that.
kids
Top
like her
music.
because
She,
she's
um,
the
she's doing
women.
like she has like a comeback right now though, because she
Has
was
a what?
popular like 10 years ago. She was
Well, it's
popular
because she's going for Travis Kelsey's cock. That's why she's become popular
10
again.
to 15 years ago. She was popular,
Yeah,
and then
she's
she just
revetting
came back.
herself.
She had like some kind of resurgence right now, and she's more popular now than she was back then.
Mm.
And she's pushing like 40 years old. Like she's
Wow,
popular.
I wouldn't push
She's
her
popular
out
with
of
like
bed for
50.
eating crackers.
Really? Yeah, she's really pushing middle age. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I would think so because she was like in her 20s, 10, 13 or so years
Wow.
ago.
So her career
So had a
totally,
resurgence.
it
I saw
totally
this.
blew away.
Hey, I went.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I can give a recommendation to a movie.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have any papers.
You
This
might
thing
forget.
called the collection or the collective. It was about an organization that worked outside the CIA and did some of the contracting for them, and were after terrorists. It's pretty good. The collective, and they got a human trafficking, and oh man, at the end they just beat this guy to death. This guy had no regard for humans, and they showed a part where some fat guy brought in two women. He had slaves, and they showed that this two women, and it was good.
Good. I was happy.
Good. Well, well, yes, in a way of speaking, liberate them, their slaves. Yeah,
I think Vendetta is very refreshing.
that was on Barbie. Actually,
Barbie. I'm a
Barbie, the
girl.
Barbie movie. They're doing it, and I'll tell you that Barbie stuff.
You know what I was going to
Barbie don't
say?
need no man. She's just a
I
girl.
was gonna say-
What
Yeah,
were
I
you
keep
gonna
on thinking
say?
of that stupid Barbie song. Anyway, Taylor Swift far
Barbie
surpassed
store.
the that Taylor Swift far
One night I was at the
surpassed.
concert in the summer.
Nobody will let me talk.
Sorry to interrupt you to reading something. Go ahead, talk. Johnny, you've got to let me.
No, now Ronnie's gone.
Well, I thought you've had the floor for most of the night. So what do you mean I'm interrupting you?
No, I want to say it's not a long thing. It's a short thing, statement. But Ronnie's got a.
You want to get a press release out there?
No, he brought up Taylor Swift, so I just wanted to make a statement. And
She's not. I was in a city and I just come and told you feel the traffic was all fucked up because of her going home on a night. It was work night of a concert and it took home. I'm not going out to as many concerts during the week, but I have bought the ones that are going to be during the week, and I'm going to grin and bear it like I usually do. But not getting off work early is put a damper.
Oh, what time? What is your shift?
8-hour lunch. I insisted I take a full hour. I was working 7:30 to 4 with a half-hour lunches, and that's no good. And that was during training. So I mean, I didn't say okay. Work the hours that were prescribed to me, even though I should have gotten my hours in writing. I didn't think of it to say I only agree if you let me do these hours.
What you got to do is while you're working between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., you have to decide what you're going to have for dinner, and as soon as you clock out at 5, you got to book it. Leave the house and go get your dinner, because you're not getting out at 4 p.m. You're getting out at 5 p.m. So
traffic.
what did I? No, that's what I
if the weather's good enough.
Yeah, see, that's what I said during the week to you. I says it's gonna be an inconvenience because the traffic starts. Oh, he left. Anyway, what I was gonna say is Taylor Swift as a pop music entertainer, her career seems to have far surpassed the others like Britney Spears and Debbie Gibson, and you know, that's all I
I
was
get
gonna
great vein of known rocker women.
rocker women. I wouldn't even call them rock women.
They're not. I'm being totally sarcastic saying that. They're not. They're wuss rock or wuss music.
Wuss rock. Yeah,
Mushy
pop
kid,
music is like
it's
for
kid stuff. It's
the
kid
dorks
stuff.
and it's teeny boppers, dorky guys,
Yeah.
and teeny
Oh,
bopper girls. Yeah, it's not
hey, did
cool.
we get did the conversation get hijacked tonight? I didn't think so. I think it was democratically spoken, wasn't it? Or did I hijack it?
Everything ironed itself out, considering the show has gone 3 hours and 30
Okay,
minutes.
That's longer than it
Yeah,
should have been. I'm saying.
it's just that you gotta, when there's 3 people doing the show,
And
you
it keeps
gotta be
crapping
persistent.
out.
You gotta be persistent. In other words, if you have something important to say, and you don't, you know, you're not going to necessarily get to say it as soon as you think it. But
Yeah, that's the problem. You'll forget it.
You gotta, right, and you gotta be persistent. So in other
Blurt out
words,
an idea so you don't forget it.
yeah, it's different. Like, I don't know what kind of edibles they have in your part of the country, but you were flying like a hot air balloon.
Easy going. I'm not doing
you
any
were
drug
flying.
tests for jobs these days, and that's good because I wouldn't pass that on your system. But
So
during on a Saturday, yes, sir.
How are you? If you take an edible on a weekday, how are you?
I
How
never
does that
do, so
affect?
I don't know. I haven't done it, so I'm not certain. I don't
Yeah,
think
so
I will be
you
doing
really
it.
need an edible.
Negative. It's on a Friday or Saturday only. Edibles,
Right.
only those nights ever.
Yeah, because you don't.
No edibles will be done
You don't want to waste.
Monday. I'll be dragging ass on Wednesday from doing an edible. No thanks.
You
I tell you,
you don't want to.
be tired.
So, one edible can do that much.
Yeah,
One
can't
edible.
make me sleep and wipe me out. Yes.
But do you have to get a specific edible to be that effective?
I tried 3 of them. This one's my favorite of the 3. This one is some peanut butter chocolate pretzel bullshit they're calling it.
Do they all have the same percentage of?
I don't think so. I got the regular percentage, whatever it is, and it's kicked my ass tonight better than ever. I mean, I feel so good. I feel peace when I feel peaceful
does it have THC and the CBD?
I don't know. It's got THC. That's all I'm sure of.
Well, you gotta scrutinize the ingredients. You gotta read it.
I did. Fuck! I'm glad I'm not driving. That's all I can say. You can get a ticket.
Because you were
do that.
you were hyper, or you're either hyper from the edible, or you're hyper because Christmas is around the corner, and
I'm hyper because I'm on the air. Isn't that one reaper? You know.
Oh, you could be methodical.
Start being and start. I was getting excited about the broadcast. Is what I think my hyperness was from.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
I guess I got so used to this that it's like second nature to me.
Well, when it's not going right and it's hedging back and forth, I can like. I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I'm gonna
anyway,
cut some bitch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I got
Eddie.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a mackerel fish cake sandwich. I got enough for one more giant patty.
Well, you're a
And,
better man than I. I don't eat as much fish as you do. Although I try for health reasons, really want to.
There's two reasons why I chose mackerel. Number one, it comes in a 1 pound can and not a little tiny can like tuna. And another reason,
I hate the taste of it.
another reason, mackerel is very low, relatively low price compared to the other canned fish. That's number two. And number three, it has the highest percentage of the important omega-3 fatty acids that people need for health. It blows away all the other fish. So that's three reasons. And then I got this nice recipe for how to make fish cakes. And I'm just doing this instead of making the fish salad, with the mayonnaise cold. I figure let me make something that I could fry and have a hot sandwich. I got the tartar sauce from Trader Joe's.
Nice.
It's a good tartar sauce.
Isn't that mayo, tartar sauce mayo, and you can make it with mayo and relish yourself?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. Mayonnaise, pickle relish, and lemon juice.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And cocktail sauce is ketchup and ground horseradish.
Yeah, I like the hot sauce.
Oh, I used to get the jumbo, this already cooked, steamed jumbo shrimp that you dip in the cocktail sauce.
Parmesan restaurant, and it was out of this world. Parmesan. It was delicious.
What you'd be surprised at?
Then the restaurant went under.
Probably COVID, the pandemic, right?
I'd rather try Duke's short sausages next. What do you want me to try? Fish?
No. Try some of Trader Joe's already prepared Italian food. Comes in a plastic bag. It tastes just like restaurant Italian food.
Is it high in carbs though?
It's Italian, you know how it is,
Yeah, you got to think about it.
It's not, as long as you're not eating like white flour and sugar and.
Yes, sir.
I know a pizza is high carb.
Yeah, pizza though is a weakness of mine. I love a good pizza. I mean, love it to death.
If it's a good pizza and it's
it's
and
fucking delicious. Yeah, they got good ingredients. Way Christmas, that's some good shit.
It's awesome. My sister gave me. She showed me the menu of all the food that's going to be for Christmas Eve, and I says, "Wow, that's what I like. That's what I like. Abundanza, man. That's nice." Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to mention.
Off and it looks good. I think
it makes you. You know what? I'll be honest with you. It not only makes you look considerably younger.
Really?
It stands out. It stands out.
It's my youthful look with the dyed beard.
Right. No, I'm serious. It really stands out. Now what you got to do is these corners of your mustache is a little
white.
bit of gray.
They weren't dyed. What? A little what?
Gray, or
yeah, I didn't get it. Didn't take the whole thing. Yeah, some of it didn't get dyed. Yeah, yes, and the hair. Okay. I know. I saw that. I was a little puzzled.
and near the temple area, you got to make sure you get enough coloring in the temple area.
Yeah, you know the problem. It doesn't. It's part of my genetics. It doesn't stay
Don't
all.
stay.
Oh, it
You're
doesn't stay.
grinding in there. You're
I
forcing
the beard was 20 minutes. To tell you, having this stuff on my face, it's not. My face doesn't like it. It feels fine. And then
Why don't you
once it's
do this?
dried,
20 minutes. So you watch it. You watch TV. You know how
I'm
fast
just telling
20
you,
minutes will go?
because I put it on thick to make sure I tried to get all some of it, because that's the problem with the gray teeth.
I don't
Oh
think
man,
5 minutes. I don't think 5 minutes is going to cut it. To be honest with you.
meaning we're gonna get off the air in 5 minutes?
No, I'm talking about hair coloring. I don't think 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5. Well, it did before when I first got the product, but after the product got old, it's 20 minutes.
Okay, is this the L'Oreal for men?
I don't remember who it's from. It's from Ion,
But
different company. You're not familiar with Ion?
It's not.
So what's that place for Sally Beauty's brand? Ion, I think.
Oh yeah, I know Sally's.
Yeah,
You got Sally's by
Ion.
you. How about that? It's a salon formula.
I guess I'm sorry. So sorry. That's what weed does to you. It makes you real tired.
I'm gonna shut down any minute. So it's not
Okay.
just for men. What you're saying? It's not.
No,
just,
not that one. Just for men. It never worked on my beard ever. Just for men's not my. It's not very. It doesn't work very well. So it's gradually get you gray. That's because they want you to keep using it and just barely gets rid of it.
I think it sucks. I think you're right. I think it sucks. So you can. I think it's deliberate. So you have to keep buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that means
Part of
that
my-
Just for Men is going to be inducted into the Chiselers Hall of Shame
Yes, they should be.
for the show.
Because they suck.
And another one that's going into the Chiselers Hall of Shame is that Eagle Beak scumbag Mark Zuckerberg, because my show is not streaming on Instagram. There's no sign of it.
Wow.
And this program says it's streaming, and then when I go to my Instagram profile, there's nothing streaming.
That's Zuckerberg, you fuckerberg.
And anytime I would stream to, it could be Twitter, it could be Facebook, doesn't matter. I can see the stream. I can see the show going.
Yeah, like
it Twitch on Twitch it streams. It just doesn't save it. That's what ticks me off.
There's metal on Twitch and watch free show. Trivium is the name of his band.
I
They've
wonder
been around
why,
a long time, like Tours, I think.
I wonder why I don't see. You know, you brought up a good point. I wonder why I don't see anything saved to my Twitch profile. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah, when I used to stream to Twitch, I don't know. There's a lot of action going on Twitter, on X. I mean, there's definitely a lot of action. Maybe I should just.
With Twitter.
Well, I feel weird calling it X.
I don't call it X. I just take Twitter.
Yeah, why didn't he just leave well enough? I mean, I like that he's using black and white.
He's kind of a maniac, giant ego. In case he likes to take over things other people created and say that there is no one, whether it's Teslas or rockets or this place.
He's like Vince McMahon of the W.
Puts his 2 cents in by buying it. He buys in. He owns ownership.
He changes the name to make it look like he's like recreating it, like reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of his mind. He's All right. You know what I didn't like? I don't like that light blue and white. I think it's very glaring. Same thing with Facebook.
Where?
Yeah. I like the
Which
dark
white?
mode.
What? Okay.
Twitter was this fucking light blue and white. You know, it's pansy ass colors, and then Facebook had the same thing. You know, I like the dark mode. You know, black. You know.
By the way, Facebook, when I ask for their help, they don't ever help me. I'm trying to get a group up the. I was a creator, and I gave up being. Give it back to me. They're ignoring me. They only want to bother me. That's me when it's me against everyone else. This Facebook sucks.
Yeah, you know what happened on Instagram?
They're not for the individual.
I switched. No, they're not. I switched
They're not
for,
at
but
all
they
for
sure
the individual.
they sure allow all the spammers and scammers to do whatever they want.
Sure.
I switched my Instagram to a professional professional profile, and they keep bothering me like in a very intrusive way to boost it by giving Zuckerberg money. I'm not going to give him.
They want me. They said hit me the best of my page, and we know what that is about. Giving them some money.
Paying them motherfucker. I could give him 1 red cent. Not 1 red cent. And maybe that's why I'm not streaming there. Well, guess what? I'm not going to stream there. You know, you just gave me an idea. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on my Instagram profile. Hey, Western Mike, what the fuck, man? You know, he's got a good show going here. How come he's not coming on? Do I have to get rough with these people?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I
You
really
slam around.
I don't know what's going on in people's minds. I really don't. All right, I'm at Instagram. The show is still streaming. I'm looking at my profile.
Ron Popeil?
No, profile. I said profile because Ed Norton said he wants me to something about achievements. Fuck him, my achievements. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing a damn thing, which means that Zuckerberg can be hit. Him and his house should be hit by a tsunami. That's it. Fuck him. Nope, no sign.
Exactly.
And you know what? I noticed the same thing on Facebook. Like if you want to delete certain photos in your album, there's no delete option.
Wow.
It's like you don't even have control over your own property. That fucking piece of shit.
Yes, sir.
He really is a fucking piece of shit. Okay. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, Ron Raven. Thank you, Ronnie Simpson. Thank you, Tommy Carroll.
Okay.
Thank you, Matsubi. Thank you, Western Mike.
Ciao for now. Bye.
I'm only gonna send him the link when he asks for it on the spot. Johnny on the spot. I'm not gonna send him the link ahead of time anymore.
Okay. Sorry it took a minute to come to the link. I was just gearing up for it.
Oh no, that's fine. I want you to be comfortable.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
I want you to be comfortable. All right. Good night. Bye. Bye.